Donovan,
Yes.
what were you most wrong about in the NFL this year?
Not a damn thing. I got everything right.
Goddamn liar! I can name 5 occasions where you're blistering.
Actually,
wrong.
we know what it is.
What is it?
The fact that I thought that the Vegas Raiders would be a not only a competent team, but a good team that they could potentially get to 9 wins.
And not just a good team. You thought they'd be better than the Chargers.
Whew, man.
Yeah, I was getting there.
So we're gonna talk about that, and as you see by the title, we're gonna talk about one thing we got wrong about every single NBA team this year. Wow, I said NBA. I still stuck in the other show mode. About every single NFL team this year, and it says we're gonna talk about our perspective and things preseason takes we had, but also just the wider NFL community, things that got wrong, like the Raiders and whether or not Geno Smith would be an upgrade, and things like that.
And now I will say, I'm looking at it right now. Mathematically, it's still possible for the Raiders to get to 9 wins. All they have to do is win 7 games in a row.
Right now,
have a winning season.
Dude, the Raiders are a charity work right now.
If the
They're
Raiders
giving
win
everyone
7
blessings this
straight
year.
and the Chargers go 2-4 over the last 6 games, okay.
You have a better chance
They're
of
both at
growing
9 and
3
8.
inches overnight.
Redemption is
It's
around the
never
corner.
happening. This is never happening.
So yeah, it'll be things that we thought about every NFL team, strong takes we had that were proven wrong, and then general consensus narratives about every team, talking through division by division, everything we got wrong. Cue the intro music. We started off talking about the Raiders in that intro, talking about the Chargers. Let's start with that division. AFC West. Donovan, what is your first team in this division you want to speak about?
We'll keep going on the Raiders, especially because they got demolished last night by the Cowboys. The entire reason, and we've said it over and over, but the entire reason why we thought why I thought that the Raiders could be a competent team, a good football team, was because I thought that they were going to upgrade at coach and quarterback, 2 of the most important positions on any football team, and that they were going to go from Gardner Minshew and all these other bums, Aiden O'Connell, whatever name that you want to put in there, to Geno Smith, a borderline top 10 quarterback on his best day, a top 12 quarterback, one of the most aggressive playmakers that we had in the league, and that's just not what that's not what the Raiders got.
And obviously there was nerds like us that would say borderline top 10, top 12 at his best, like that type of conversation. At the worst, he was like a top 17, 18, if you're on the low end of Geno Smith believers who say he takes too many sacks, put the ball in the harm's way too many times with the Seahawks for the last couple of years. That was the floor. It was expected to be competent, at least average if you're a Geno Smith hater. And yeah, that's not how the season has gone. All those strengths and weaknesses have just been completely magnified to the negative end. It has been an utter disaster.
And it's not even just the weaknesses have been magnified. New weaknesses are popping up, or weaknesses that we thought that we were past, right? We thought that everything was done. We thought that simple day one mistakes that quarterbacks make, that Geno Smith is past that point in his career, and he's getting fooled on very easy things. And it's to the point where now, like, you go online and I'm seeing people tweet, Geno Smith, 1 interception, free money, right? I'm getting my rent paid. And that's I've never felt the swing from where I thought Geno Smith was coming into the season to where he's at right now. That swing is as massive as I can.
Yeah, but it's
remember.
also not just Geno Smith. Like, Geno Smith played poorly, and I think this is life when you break out at 32. Suddenly, 3 years into your new prime, you're 35, and you hit the age cliff and you fall off. That's fine. Also, Chip Kelly has been a disaster. There was the early season utilization of the tight ends and how confusing that was to everybody when he chose and chose not to deploy Brock Bowers, how clear of signals he made clear with the tight ends if he was going to run or pass. That's gotten better in recent weeks, but it still isn't inspiring. The offensive line play is still terrible. You take a running back in the top 10 before an offensive line. The thought was, we'll see what we can do with a smart offensive coordinator coming in that obviously has rebuilt his reputation in college. We were giving him a little benefit of the doubt as the most expensive offensive coordinator in the league. Hopefully he can utilize the weapons and scheme his way out of an offensive line not being there. That hasn't happened. So just every building block of the offense has been bad. Not just Geno, he's been the biggest building block, obviously.
Yeah.
But up and down the roster, even the weapons after trading Jacoby being bad on the outside, it's all just a terrible, terrible ecosystem.
Yeah. One of the biggest talking points and one of the more exciting prospects that was brought upon my face was Ashton Genty. And so far this year, we haven't talked about him at all because there's absolutely nothing to talk about. There's no like yardage to talk about other than like how much contact he gets after big hits and all that. But outside of that, like we are over here having the worst conversations of all time about the Raiders, and their offensive line is doing Ashton Genty specifically like no justice at all. Like we were over here talking about him as if he was going to be one of the more like top 12 best running backs in the league right now. And I'm not saying that he isn't, but clearly he's not in a situation at all to be like showcases that at all.
He's over close to being top 12 running back right now. And again, it's one of those things that we'll judge him next year when they get a competent offensive line. Hopefully, it's very clear that it's not his fault. But yeah, he certainly hasn't been the transcendent day one talent that justifies taking running back top 10. What part of that is his fault will be determined in coming years when we see a real idea of how good he is. Surely it's better than this. But thus far, everybody that wants to do the running backs don't matter thing, draft Armand Membu, hell, draft a defensive player if you choose, whoever it may be, they've all been proven right.
And it sucks because there's moments in every single Raiders game where you do see flashes, like and like you see the strength, you see the power from Genty. He just really has no opportunity to get that going, and I think even more so. And obviously, like it's weird because like Pete Carroll's the head coach. But I do think everything that you're talking about with Chip Kelly, the Chip Kelly experiment and the fact that hasn't been great, it feels like so much of a bigger deal than like Pete Carroll also being like probably washed.
Hey man, they're both washed. Send them both out behind the shade.
Yeah.
They're dead last in the league in EPA per rush. Dead last after drafting a running back in the top 10. That is embarrassing. What's the next team? We've talked enough about the Raiders over the course of the season. What were you dead wrong about with the Chiefs?
Ooh, man.
I mean that they would just be fine and that they can continue to they seem like they could be the one team, one of two teams, maybe three, that can stave off like the year to year. Oh, you can't win one score games like that.
Yeah.
And we've seen last year they won every single one score game.
Yeah.
This year they are 0-5 in those moments, and last year once again didn't lose until the very, very end of the season. Now they're 5-5. All of those losses have gone the opposite way. We can look up in those plays that normally go the Chiefs' way, and we can look up and they would be 9-1, 10-0. They're 5-5 and they're outside the playoffs right now because they're not executing in these final moments of games. They're just having these really, really weird, un-Chiefs-like mistakes, and that's been the biggest surprise, and I guess the biggest like thing that we were wrong about. Because even with any weakness, you always just say, okay, you have Mahomes, you have Reed, everything's gonna be fine. It just hasn't.
Yeah, I think for me, a lot of people held off of their reservations when it comes to talking about the Chiefs because of how depleted their receiving core was and just overall their offense. Whether it be, was it Xavier Worthy who got like his shoulder torn, obliterated by Travis Kelce way earlier in the year, and then of course like we're all waiting for Rashee Rice to come back, and for the first like I don't know what 2 games, again shout out to the Raiders doing charity work, giving everyone hopes and dreams up high. The Chiefs blew their backs. I was like 31-0, insane showcase overall, and I think from there like they pretty much trailed off in every way possible. We could talk about their defensive line. Shout out to Chris Jones still doing his thing. He's been overall really good. But if you talk about that end, or you could also talk about how Rashee Rice is there, but it still doesn't really feel like any diversities in their offense as much, you know?
Yeah. This is a team that in recent years we've seen their weapons be depleted, and they find a way to win by just being immensely clutch in fourth quarters, by being immensely consistent on a down-and-down basis. We talked at length for recent years about how Patrick Mahomes turned into a check-down artist and how they win with death by 1,000 cuts, how the running game hasn't been super potent, but they win with lots of short passes, out-executing you, not making mistakes, and finding a way to manufacture offense and be carried by defense when they won their last Super Bowl. The defense isn't quite what it once was. It hasn't really been able to deal with the loss of the secondary talent over the years, hasn't been able to replicate the success they had on the edges in that year. All of it fell off on that side. And the offense we've expected it for the past 4 weeks to hit a new gear when they get all these weapons back. It just kind of hasn't. And it just feels like, I've seen a lot of Chiefs fans have this discourse now, feels like they had to look in the mirror and kind of reinvent who they want to be as an offense. We know Patrick Mahomes is still great. We know they still have the core that's there of him, Travis Kelce, who is still playing better than expected, I think, at this age when we kind of thought he fell off. He's second in the league for tight ends and receiving yards last time I checked. They still have the nucleus there. Feels like the idea of how they want to win in this Andy Reid, Matt Nagy offense has kind of reached an inflection point where if the year keeps going the way it is now and they either don't make the playoffs or barely squeak in, I think we're going to see a reinvention of them next year where they're going to be a completely different type of team.
Yeah, and that's fair. I think like for this season, you can like their entire method of reinvention was we're getting Rashee Rice back.
Yeah.
And Worthy's going to be in year 2. And so now whenever you lose both of those weapons, when obviously Rice with the suspension, Worthy early on, and now everybody kind of has to fight their way back. I don't know, like the pivot for this season, it legitimately is, hey, y'all just have to play better in the fourth quarter. Like you know that you're gonna be in these moments, in these scenarios. You just have to execute. And it's very simple for what they have to do this year. I agree with you though. Like in the offseason, we were shocked that it didn't happen this year. They will get another running back in the building. They will have somebody that is more explosive, more reliable than Kareem Hunt, Isaiah Pacheco. They would try to fix it.
And they need a new offensive coordinator, and they need to have the ability to make things easier for Patrick Mahomes. This system has really clearly reached an inflection point. Like I said, Patrick Mahomes is the only quarterback in the league right now that doesn't get any help from his coordinators at this point. And obviously, at one upon a time, Andy Reid was an insane advantage to have with that offense, right? Like there was discourse that he gets more help than anybody because he was playing for such a genius that was so ahead of his time. Mm-hmm. That hasn't been the case for years now. And they've supplemented it in recent years with Patrick Mahomes' excellence. We've reached a point now where that's not enough either. And I don't know if it's we need a new play caller in there. Yeah. Actually, I do know. We do need a new play call in there. We need a new injection of life.
Yeah. I will say with these last few weeks, I don't think Patrick Mahomes has looked like the best quarterback in football at all. And I don't even think he's looked like a top 3 or 4 quarterback, in my opinion, as well. I feel like one of the funnier talking points that we had in the offseason was when Madden came out with those ratings. We talked about, or you unveiled his passing, his deep ball accuracy, and it was dog shit. It was terrible. And now looking back at it, I hate to say it, but Madden was right, bro. Like that, as great as he is, I think that might be, at least to me, one of the more overblown talking points of his game. And I feel like probably what helps attribute it to at least me thinking about, oh, his deep ball has to be nice, is like, oh shit, like maybe he just had one of the greatest deep ball tracking receivers of all time in Tyreek Hill, and that's what like kind of juiced up all those stats in that thought process too. Now, I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes is not like, still that. He's not that guy. But I think when it comes to this Chiefs team and how there's no margin for error, he very much has to be that guy. He just hasn't been as of late.
Chargers.
My heart hurts.
What did I get wrong about this team? I did not know their entire team would die a cruel, painful death at the hands of every opposing defense. I did not know Joe Alt, his ankles would fall apart. I did not know Slater, his knees would fall apart. I did not know we'd have the worst offensive line in the NFL protecting Justin Herbert. I did not know Omarion Hampton would fall down on a routine blocking assignment and break his ankle and be out until week 12. He's about to come back after this bye week finally. I did not know any of this.
Joel died too, right?
Joel is out for the entire season after spraining his ankle, coming back, re-injuring it, making it worse, needing season-ending surgery. I don't really know what to say outside of that. Like, it really does begin and end with the injuries, specifically to the offensive line now, that is getting to the point where we see them get absolutely obliterated by the Jacksonville Jaguars, dominated in disgusting fashion. There's really nothing else to say, because what else do we know about this offense at this point?
So my question for you is, just personally, how do you feel about Hampton right now?
How do I feel about Hampton?
Yeah, like, do you
I wish he was healthy. I don't know.
Like, do you still feel like, because we came in and it was like Hampton and Genty, and they were gonna, right? They were gonna compete for offensive rookie of the year and this and that, and obviously they're both in weird, circumstances. But do you still feel like Hampton has, like, I don't know, game breaking, like that type of ceiling to where it justifies him going in like the first round?
Game breaking is outrageous, but do I think he should have been a first round pick? And do I think it was a bad pick? You're asking? I think it's a fine pick.
I guess so.
I mean, yeah, he hasn't been bad, and I think if they had their 2-star tackles, their offensive line run game would probably be pretty goddamn good. Mm-hmm. And in those last 2 weeks before he got hurt, he was starting to get going, and we started to see that strength, that inability to tackle him with first contact. I'm in hindsight, like, yeah, it would have been great to have somebody else there because he got hurt and because the offense is so dire. Maybe we could have got James Pierce or something and had that defensive juice. But I don't think there's any reason to feel bad about that in hindsight. It was obviously greedy to take a running back in the first round.
Yeah.
Greedy as fuck. And you can be greedy when you have the best tackle duo in the NFL. Without it, it's really just impossible to gauge, especially because he's not even there to know if he would do bad with this line.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I was wrong about, and listen, he's had a couple games that haven't been great recently, but obviously, but like QJ's playable, and
Yeah.
like he's like an actual wide receiver, whereas like before it was like, all right, buddy, like that job application, that Indeed profile.
We keep
is
talking
like,
about that. We're coasting off the first
it was
month
on
where he
the
had a
thing.
couple explosive games. He's back to being QJ. He's fine.
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
But he was
good.
fine last year too. He wasn't unplayable last year either. 2 years ago, he was unplayable.
Yeah.
Last year, he got to being league average,
Mhm.
and he had a crazy couple games to start the year. He's back to being average now. He doesn't do a
yeah,
whole
he's
lot.
fine, and that's what I'm saying. Like he's had a couple games, like 2 of the last 4 games, he hasn't had a
Yeah.
catch. And
I
so,
guess
like,
that is the thing overall that we can point to is that we didn't know before the season that the strength of this team would be the wide receiver core.
Hmm.
That with Keenan Allen coming back after the Mike Williams retirement after one day of training camp, Lad McConkey, QJ, strong start to the year. They draft Trey in round 2, Orlando Gadsden in round 5. Their pass catchers are the strength of this team. That's like all they got going for them is they have lots of bodies who can make a play. Last year, that was
Yeah.
a dire weakness. They had a good enough-ish offensive line against the pass when they had both their tackles, but they had nobody to catch the ball, and it was the undoing of Justin Herbert. Now we've inversed that. Now we have the worst pass protection in the NFL, but you got hella weapons.
Yeah, like who would have thought, at least earlier to start in the year, like Lad McConkey was just an afterthought, just a dude out there because QJ was going crazy, Keenan Allen was going crazy, like, and now of course like things have changed as the year has developed. But you're right, like I didn't see that coming necessarily.
Yeah, and defensively, I think they're probably about as expected. They're not good against the run. They don't have enough blue chip talent on the edge or the linebacker core, but through Jesse Minter's zone coverage schemes, they've done a good job of making use of all their assets they had in free agency, and those assets were getting a bunch of corners that were terrible for their team and saying we can fix them, and they fixed them.
Yeah.
Dante Jackson has been good. St. Juice has been fine enough. They have the rookies last year and Still and Hart that have been good. Their pass coverage has been very good. Run defense, not so much.
gotcha. Can I tell you what I was wrong about with the Broncos?
I would love for you to tell me what you got wrong with the Broncos.
Oh, shit.
I did not know, or not know, but I was wrong that Bo Nix is the guy. He is the second coming of a quarterback for the Broncos, and they've had that. Like they've had some guys, right? They've had Elway, they've had Peyton Manning. I was wrong because I didn't expect Bo Nix to be the second coming of Tim Tebow for them.
What does that mean?
Because all he does is win. All Bo Nix is doing right now is winning games. There have been moments where Bo Nix has played like one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL, and it doesn't matter because for 5 minutes, Bo Nix can do what he needs to do, lead a single drive, and the Broncos can get a win. And they've won 8 straight. They're 9-2. They're at the top of the AFC West. They look like they are about to snatch it from the hands of the Chiefs who've won it for a billion years in a row. This is like for Bo Nix going into this season and even this past game where he did outplay Mahomes and he did have a really, really good game. Like I think that I didn't think that he could be the player that he was and still win games. And
Yes, you did. You're confusing what you thought in month 1. Preseason, we picked them to be the second best team in the conference. You were actually weirdly high on him because we kept drawing comparisons to Jalen Hurts, so you felt the need to defend Bo Nix. You forget now because the early start of the season was so bad. You thought this and you changed your mind. Now you thought it again.
Exactly. And yeah.
I don't think
I didn't expect them to be at 9 wins
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
December is the thing. And like that's where it's like, yeah, like you'll be a cute story, but it was never a serious thought. And being able to rattle off 8 wins or being able to string together these kinds of performances or like beat the Chiefs at home, come back from like this has been a season long at every turn that I didn't think that Bo Nix could do certain things to get it done. There have been moments where he just has gotten it done. Like they did come back against the Giants, they did beat the Chiefs, and so we're here now. And they're 9-2. So like shout out to him because they've won it.
sure.
They've won a
I
couple
mean,
games.
I get why you're apologizing because you're always so harsh on him. So you're like overcompensating. I don't think we got anything wrong with the Broncos. I think they're an amazing defense who added Hufanga, who has been amazing. in free agency. Not so much with the other couple signings they made in the middle linebacking core, but overall, they are the amazing defense you thought they could be. That's keeping them in these games. We can talk about the Chiefs game. Did not let the Chiefs get into the end zone and kept giving the offense the ball in good field goal position. They are leading this team like we thought they could be. And offensively, they have Sean Payton, who has done a fantastic job at drawing up this short area passing game to get their weapons in areas to do yards after catch. Where Bo Nix, we know he's capable of completing a bunch of screens, a bunch of crosses, and all this easy stuff. And we also know Bo Nix is capable of having games like this last one where he hits 2 or 3 really clutch shots at the end of the last game. Like hit the fourth quarter shot to win the game. He threw it up to Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin had the good push off back shoulder, got that catch to get into field goal range and win the game. We always knew Bo Nix would have games where he did well. We saw that last year. There were going to be good games where they do a good job of executing the easy stuff and they have the counters built off of that. But then we have games like the game before that where Bo Nix is going to look like a pumpkin because the easy stuff isn't coming around as much and he's kind of asked to do a little bit more and create more instead of necessarily just hitting counters. And it was going to be ugly. It was always going to be up and down. We talked about him as a league average quarterback. I think it's what we've seen for the extent of the season. And this is a team that has a good play caller, an elite defense, and good enough weapons that you can win with a league average quarterback.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we thought before the season. Now, obviously, they're a few games ahead of what we thought. We thought they'd be second place in the division. They're first. But I think that general idea of the up and down nature of the offense led by the defense is what we expected before we saw a game.
Yeah, so I don't really think that anything really surprised us when it comes to the Broncos at all. Like, for everything that you guys are trying to force feed me, for everything that the Broncos fans and how they were like piping up Bo Nix and making him, to me, feel like he was like a top 12 quarterback. I understand everything now, and I feel like going back to what you said, this past game, probably for Bo Nix was the best game of the season for him, considering the stakes and all.
Definitely, yeah. He didn't make any mistakes in this game. He, again, executed the short game passing and made a few really big throws when he was needed to. That's the whole idea of the Bo Nix system, right? He can do just enough to do the Sean Payton offense, and when needed, he has the accuracy to make a few big throws, get going with his legs. They had one touchdown drive in this game that ended up being a rushing touchdown, but they got there because of 2 really good balls placed on the outside by Bo Nix. They were one-on-one go balls up the sideline, and I think one was a post, one was a goal ball up the sideline. That's the type of plays you can hit when it's off of a counter from, like I said, laying the foundation of the short game passing. He didn't do anything crazy, making these reads up the middle of the field or anything. He did the Bo Nix strengths, and this game is like the picture-perfect example of how they can win a playoff game.
Yeah.
Shout to them.
Yeah.
No shout out because I am praying on you downfall. But
What did we get wrong,
But
though?
you did it.
J.K. Dobbins lasted 10 games and played really well. That
yeah, he's
probably
out.
exceeded expectations.
Yeah.
Everyone thought he gets hurt right away. It did still end that way.
Yeah.
But he looked pretty good for those first 10 games and like was giving them good production early in the season.
yeah, shout to them.
Other than that, but we were relatively high on them before the season. Outside of like, we've always like, we're obviously Bo Nix haters, and the comments are always on us. Not going to change. He's still an average quarterback, but we always knew they could win with Bo Nix like before the season. Now, week 4 or 5, it got a little scary when the offense is really, really shitty, and we were like, I don't know. But in terms of preseason expectations, they say they'd be the second best team in this conference, this division.
Yeah.
Next division, what do you guys want to do?
Let's go NFC South.
Okay, NFC South. Mo, what's your first
Ooh.
team in this division?
I guess we could go ahead and talk about. I have 2 teams in this division.
Okay.
Bro, it's so interesting, but I think we should probably talk about the Panthers, man. Like,
Okay.
They won their last game. They swept the Falcons, and Bryce Young, just after last week's just complete disaster class, they lost against the Saints in like the most embarrassing fashion. He got outplayed by Tyler Show, and coming from that to now having like the most passing, I think he put up some historic stat for the Carolina Panthers, and he had the best game of his fucking life pretty much. And he pretty much like just stamped himself. I don't know what to think about this team because Tet's Tet, we like everything that we said about him was amazing. Their running game is a running game. Their offensive line, I guess, is much better than we thought it would be. Their defense, cool. Overall, I don't know how to like gauge what we were wrong about them necessarily because Bryce Young is who he is. This running game is solid. Everything's solid about this team. Maybe like more attention and focus needs to be given about Dave Canales and the job that he's done with this team. I have nowhere to go for real. It's like, but where were we wrong?
And that's
They're like, just there.
that's like the overall problem. But where me specifically, I believed in the home stretch of last year, and that Bryce Young was going to take that and take a next step. That hasn't really happened, and now we're not like you're at the point where we are where we are. Bryce Young is just a quarterback. Like he's not. I don't think we can look at Bryce Young right now and think of him as the franchise guy or the quarterback that's going to lead the Panthers back to the Super Bowl or do anything like that. He is a quarterback in the NFL, and he has some high highs like we saw last week. He also has some really low lows where every single turnover is just game ruining, and so we're kind of there.
This is the funniest season I've ever seen from a young quarterback. 2 weeks in a row, we're like, damn, I guess he's popping out the franchise. We got to come to grips with that.
Yeah.
And then he comes back and he has a great game. We're like, wow, this is the vision we saw in those games that you believed in last year, where you decided he is a consistent quarterback. And that's where we're wrong, because we said he'd be consistent and he hasn't been. This has happened twice now in the season, where he has 2 terrible games and we want to give up. Then he bounces back and looks great, beats the hell out of the Falcons, now beats the hell out of this team. They keep going in this direction where it's up, down, up, down, up, down. Do we have any idea if we should give up Bryce Young anymore? I still feel like if it's up, down, the idea is probably yes. Like, if you're not consistent, that's probably equal to you can't be our like dead set franchise quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. He keeps giving us reason to hope, and I don't know if we should latch on to that hope or not.
You probably shouldn't. I think you see plenty of times where some like players and quarterbacks can give you a week or two, and that's fine. But the lows, having a super low floor as a quarterback, I don't think I can rock with that. Like you talk about all the time how like if you are a non-athletic quarterback, or if you're a small quarterback and you don't like, there's certain things for you that are non-negotiable. When I see you and you have consistently like your floor is as bad as what we've seen from Bryce Young, that might be a non-negotiable for me. And it might be something where I just like I can have passing charts like this and still say that's fantastic. Go do this for somebody.
Dude,
else.
448 passing yards. This motherfucker was Drew Brees.
This is insane. And like Ted McMillan looked the best he's ever looked in this game, because he finally has a connection with Bryce Young. Where what did he go for 160 in this game or something crazy? It was outrageous.
Xavier Legette made a fucking
That touchdown he had, I'm like,
performance.
dude, Bryce Young is slinging this bitch. Like,
Yeah.
And again, last week we talked about us essentially like having to come to terms that we have to give up on this experiment.
Mhm.
What an up and down year. That's what we got wrong about this team, is we didn't know it would be the biggest roller coaster in the league, trying to figure out if Bryce Young is good or not.
Crazy, man.
It's so frustrating.
But what we do know is McMillan is exactly what we hoped he could be. This is the true elite receiver. The movement skills he has to catch the ball and keep moving in stride at that size, completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I pray Bryce Young is this good. Well, this good's ridiculous. This is Drew Brees. But I pray that eventually we have a string of games where we feel consistent about him leading this offense. Because everything you said at the beginning, the offensive line, the run blocking specifically from that line, has been great all year. Dave Canales calls a great offense. They have a true elite weapon now. If Bryce Young can be that guy, this team is not far out of like being in the playoffs. They're currently tied with the Bucs in wins.
That's crazy.
They
man.
play the Bucs towards the end of the season. I think it's the last game actually.
Mhm.
They have a chance at the playoffs if Bryce Young can get a year going.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of done believing, and I feel like I've been burned too many times.
Mhm.
But it would be a nice story to see it work.
If it happens this year, cool. I think moving forward, I'm done.
Mhm.
But for this season, we're in a space where I can get behind it for like 7 weeks. If I could lease my Bryce Young hope and just have like a short term like Airbnb rental, we could do that.
Yeah,
But I'm not buying a house on Bryce Young Island. Like I'm not gonna do
You
that.
buying a house, you're getting evicted every other day, man.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
What did we get wrong about the Saints? We're gonna spend like 30 seconds on this.
Nothing. They suck. We thought that they would suck coming into the year. We are here now. They still suck. So we got nothing wrong about them.
What did we get wrong about the Saints? I'm
I'm
trying to think. They just are the most exactly who we thought they'd be team.
They suck.
I
All right, we'll get
that's
wrong
what it
about the
is.
Falcons. Multiple things.
Dude.
Actually, everything. We thought that it kind of made sense. Actually, we didn't think it makes sense. Okay, we saw what they were going for offensively
Yeah.
by not really adding much to the core of this team and running it back. Assuming that a Michael Penix year 2 leap could be the addition in-house that allows them to take the next level. And on the other end of that, because you ignore the offense and say, we got our star power, we got our quarterback, we're good there, you put all your resources towards the defensive side of the ball. You draft Jalen Walker, you trade up, you draft James Pierce. That's your main thing, is you're going to say these edges are going to be their biggest additions. On top of our secondary already being talented, we're also going to bring Xavier Watts. We're going to have good injection of talent there that should make our defense catapult up, while the offense naturally makes progression and catapults up itself. The defensive side did work,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't believe in that. I think we said these 2 edges you drafted, that's a lot of pressure to put on 2 rookies right away, especially rookies that one is Jalen Walker, who is thought to be the NFL equivalent of a tweener.
Yeah.
We don't really know what the right way to utilize him is. Sounds like you want to make him an edge full time. We will see. And James Pierce Jr. was a very raw, athletic prospect that needed time to develop the pass rushing chops. This defense has had some goddamn weeks where they've been utterly dominant in the season. It's been up and down, but they've been good and bad. Probably a little more good than we expected.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's to say, that's again the defense out of the way. What we got wrong about the offense, at least we gave Michael Penix Jr. benefit of the doubt, and we assumed he would have some type of improvement in year 2. Boy, did we get that wrong.
And it's not.
I think
When you said it, you said leap.
yeah.
I wasn't even hoping for a leap. It was more just growth,
Yeah.
right? Like leap is what Drake May did.
Mhm.
Leap is from going from all right, like we see the flashes, but like you still have to show me something. To now, I'm the league MVP. That's leap.
Mhm.
Growth from Michael Penix Jr. is, hey, we saw 3 games at the end of the year last year. We really have no idea what it is, but you made some good plays. Instead of making 3 good plays a game, can you make 4?
Yeah.
And now he's
we
injured.
can't get that.
And now he's injured and out for the season. After playing poorly,
Mhm.
not looking good, looking very limited, like everything we said all year, doesn't have the ability to throw in the middle of the field in any meaningful way. Like a lot of these limited quarterbacks around the league,
Mhm.
is not mobile, is not hyper consistent along the sidelines like you need to be if you're not going to be a over the middle of the field thrower, inconsistent on his mechanics and everything. And now he's injured and out for the season for the 4th time in his 8 years as a college or professional player.
This is 5th time actually.
5th time.
Insane.
Now they are 3-7. He's going to miss the rest of the year. Kirk Cousins is walking in, who is turbo washed, and they're going to give a top 10 pick to the Rams.
Yeah, this is beyond cooked. And
It's crazy.
I think another thing that we probably got wrong, at least they got wrong, an overall expectation, was their coaching search over the summer.
Correct.
They passed up on guys. Well, I'm not going to say necessarily passed up because you know how, leverage works and all that. But they interview guys like Mike Vrabel, Mike McDonald, Jim Harbaugh, Ben Johnson, guys who are on 7-3 teams, 9-2 teams, guys who are one of the better coaches in the league, at least top 15 coaches, for a coaching staff that can't do jack shit on defense and continuously make some most not mind-numbing plays. Obviously, I'm going to say this. I don't think something interesting that I saw the other day during a post-game interview. Michael Penix was like, "Yeah, bro, on the sidelines, I don't get no help. He's just out here dolo trying to figure shit out himself." Hell, we believe it. I see what he's doing. Looks like your OC is not on nothing, bro. So I think that's also probably one of the bigger talking points for them that we probably overlooked too many times. One of the worst coaching staffs that the entire NFL has.
Yeah, Raheem Morris will surely be fired this summer.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, you could have got Mike Vrabel. That was a name that a lot of Falcons fans wanted, among other names as well. Everything, what we got wrong about the Falcons is we didn't know they'd be the team to get the season from hell. Everything has gone poorly. Before the season started, the last preseason game, they lost key offensive linemen. They lost their starting right tackle. Coming to the year, run game starts off a little shaky. Surprise, surprise, you lose one of your best run blockers. You come in and the passing game never gets going early in the season. We had this weird thing where for a few weeks, Drake London can't necessarily get going when Darnell Mooney is playing. Then Darnell Mooney comes out the lineup and suddenly Drake London's being fed all the targets.
They fire their wide receiver coach.
Yeah, everything's just up and down. We just have all these reasons that we're not getting the best version of this team. And just then a new obstacle before getting that best version comes out week after week. And suddenly you look up and now you're 3-7, your quarterback's injured. They just never got a chance to put it all together.
Right now, they'd give the Rams the number 8 overall pick in the draft.
Complete disaster. Complete disaster.
Clean the house. Fire everybody.
Yeah, and this is such a fire the GM.
Mm-hmm.
This GM gave Kirk Cousins what was it, $180 million guaranteed,
Yeah, it was a lot.
Drafted Michael Penix in the top 10, which was viewed as a reach at that time, in hopes that you were not going to be in quarterback hell at any point in the coming years. Welcome back to quarterback hell. You proceeded to go 0-2 on that, and maybe the jury's not out yet on Michael Penix, so we can't even call him an 0-2. But he's injured again in a way that has been a terrible pattern for his entire football playing career. Even if you do think there's a reason to believe he'll get better in year 3, which is a fair assumption for a young quarterback, the injury history alone should supplement the questions and make it so you don't want to put all your eggs in that basket whatsoever. Feels like we're back to square one after putting in all of our assets there and then doing all the other mistakes we made, giving a first-round pick to the Rams, making a bad coaching hire. Everything's gone poorly for this GM.
I'm looking at this right now. Career earnings for Kirk Cousins, $321 million.
Kirko Bands.
God
Damn,
damn.
bro. Jesus.
And
man.
dude, he is so bad. I pray they find a way to win some games in the coming weeks so we don't have to give the Rams a number 1 overall pick or whatever it's going to be. But Drake London's also injured with a knee injury week to week.
No, it's going to be a top 5 pick.
Dude,
It's cooked, man. This team, seeing what they did defensively and seeing how this defense is legitimately, I don't know how to rank them off the top of my head, but they're for sure a top 10 defense. But they're 3-7. That just feels so damning. So damning.
have you seen the theories?
Tell me about him.
2 first-round picks for the Rams this year.
Mhm.
One might be top 5. One will be towards the back because they're going to be a goddamn Super Bowl contender.
Yep.
The Bengals going nowhere fast. Clearly can't win with this
Whoa.
format of this team. Joe Burrow, not getting any younger,
No.
pushing
no.
30. Probably wants to win.
Nope.
Matthew Stafford, 38. Might win a Super Bowl this year. Roll off into the sunset.
I don't like that.
No.
2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a player to the Bengals.
Dude, the Rams just
Joe
keep
Burrow.
winning.
The heir apparent to Sean McVay.
That sounds too storybook.
Everything adds up. It all could make sense.
That sounds too storybook.
The conspiracy theories are floating around. People are starting to put the tea leaves together on Twitter.
I don't like that.
I actually do. I think that'd be very cool.
I don't-
actually.
I don't- I don't like that.
Do you want to see Joe Burrow get wasted, or would you like to see a talent get a chance with a good coach?
I mean, we can do that without sending him to LA. We could do what I've kind of wanted to do for about a year and a half now. Fire Zach Taylor
Yeah.
and get and maybe get an actual coach in here.
Do you think that's going to save the Bengals? Look me in the eyes and tell me firing Zach Taylor is going to save the Bengals. You're out your goddamn mind.
It's not.
Nothing
Listen,
will.
it's
They're
not
drowning.
a one. It's not a one move solution.
They need
here.
24
That's
moves.
firing him is like rearranging chairs on the damn Titanic. You're all
But
dead
if they
anyways.
did, like if they did get obviously if they got Burrow and you put Burrow with Puka and Sean McVay, like that's disgusting.
It would be amazing. Like, as a football fan, it would be so cool. And like, it would be nice to see Burrow get a chance. And like, probably the Bengals, what the Bengals need.
Another chance.
Yeah, the Bengals need to have to replenish it. Hey, if they get a top 5 pick, maybe they draft another quarterback and they have a bunch of other stuff. They probably won't do this because they probably just want to keep Joe Burrow. It's probably a realistic stance. Why would they want to trade Joe Burrow? It wouldn't be outlandish though. If there ever was a team that needs
You
to
have
get
to
rid
trade
of them,
everybody then.
Yeah.
go for it. I mean, that's not their MO. Their MO is to sell tickets because they're a broke team. So they're not going to trade everybody.
I love
No,
the
dude,
take.
Which is why we're keeping Joe Burrow.
Exactly. They are keeping Joe Burrow. But the tea leaves are being noticed. This would probably only happen if Joe Burrow like wanted to leave. The tea leaves are being noticed by people on Twitter is all I'm saying.
No, this
That's
is my
what happened.
favorite fan fiction right now. I'm not gonna lie. I hope this actually happens.
It would be so cool.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Speaking, let's go with them. NFC West now. What did we get wrong about the Rams? I think we got the Rams right. We thought after they had, they pushed the Eagles harder than anybody in the playoffs last year. They were obviously the team that gave the most trouble. They had this young, talented defensive line. They were expected to be a great team this year because they added Devontae Adams and they completely reinvigorated their offense. And defensively, we knew what they could be with that offensive line and with that defensive line, right? They are even better than we thought.
Mm-hmm.
The one question mark was Matthew Stafford's health. And he looks completely fine. Sean McVay swears the injury wasn't fake. Everyone's like, come on, man. We spent a month where he couldn't play. That you scared the shit out of everybody, making it think he'd get hurt in any moments. He's having the best season of his career. He looks like an MVP candidate. If it wasn't for Drake May, he would be the leading MVP candidate by a wide margin.
And that's why I tell myself every year when it comes to like on the field stuff, preseason does not matter.
Mm-hmm.
I have to extend that into what people are saying, into how people are talking about everybody, because I more than any one of us up here was extremely nervous. And I thought that Matthew Stafford, that his back was going to be broken by week 6 and that the Rams season was going to be done. And like you said, that's just not the case. And outside of that, that was really the only thing that I could be like, yeah, I'm not really on, with the Rams this year. Was the fact that there was a potential to go from Stafford to Jimmy G.
You were also hating before that because you hated the idea of them being the best team, the potential of beating the Eagles, and how this whole idea of them pushing the Eagles, you had some deep-seated resentment. So you were hating on them before that.
I mean, well, because people lied like about
See, there it is.
No, they did, but like it's just different. But
I would say, yeah, you were we were pretty confident about the Rams. You were the Rams doubter.
Yeah.
There was the other part. What else did you think that wasn't going to be this level?
I was a little bit skeptical about Devontae Adams and okay, I know that he is obviously Devontae Adams, but he is getting up there.
Yeah.
Let's see what that looks like in a new team, new situation. This is going to be his third team in 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Let's see how that operates. And
you know what he did?
it was
Dude,
and
you know what he did?
he's hooping.
He got in the red zone, 24 targets, 10 receptions, 9 touchdowns.
Yeah, so he's
complete weapon.
This year he is a red zone merchant. I was also very, very worried.
I think that's a career high too, at least 10 games in.
Hell yeah, it's a career high.
Yeah.
9 touchdowns in the red zone that's a career high for anybody not named Rob Gronkowski, I'm sure.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
He's insane.
That's crazy.
And I also thought that their offensive line would just sink their offense. And it obviously hasn't done that. It hasn't sunk everybody. So
We were wrong.
Those are my biggest questions.
The main thing we're wrong about isn't necessarily wrong because nobody was like they wouldn't do this, but nobody foresaw this was Sean McVay completely reinventing his offense and being a 13 personnel team to this degree. They are the heaviest usage of 13 personnel in the NFL. They run out these sets at the goal line where they have 3 tight ends in the field. Devontae Adams is the lone receiver, and they are completely unstoppable. They motion one of these tight ends left or right, can give you looks where they're either handing it off to Kyren Williams, throwing a fade to Devontae Adams, or throwing a slant to Devontae Adams, depending on what the defense does in response to the motion. It is truly unstoppable when Devontae Adams is still this amazing one-on-one, and defenses are forced to defend him one-on-one because they have to load up the box against these 3 tight end sets. This has kind of been a trend that is around the entire NFL, is the new edge that the smartest offensive coordinators have is passing out of heavy formations, making you match them with your base personnel and being able to pass against your linebackers, making you go small. They have been the best at it by far, and it's making them truly unguardable. As well as on the other side of the field, the Rams are doing the opposite. They're running the most dime in the NFL and saying, we're not going to do that. We understand because we do it offensively that if we go to our big bodies, you can air us out. So we're not going to give you that edge either. We're going to keep our small bodies out there and force you to run the ball against us, which isn't easy when you have Byron Young, Jared Verse, and these slew of defensive tackles up there. We think we can do well with our front 7 enough that we can keep these DBs out there and defend against the pass. And that's exactly what they did against Sam Darnold. Had him flustered because the pass coverage was so good with all the DBs out there and completely put him under pressure and won that game of the week last week.
Going back to what you said about Sean McVay and him reinventing his offense, I think one of the bigger surprises for someone like me is seeing how everyone's talking about, Sean McVay, conservative and all that. And feels like this year he's going for it a hell of a lot on 4th and 1. And that's one of my favorite mindsets and mentalities in
100%.
general.
That has not been his MO. He's been conservative, maybe isn't the right word because he's Sean McVay, but he has certainly been a little bit more.
On 4th down, it's definitely fair to say.
Sure,
he's been, and there's been moments even this year where he's been conservative on 4th down in the short yardage plays. Like if you go back to another, the game against San Francisco, that was another moment where you can point and say that.
Yeah. This
last game, that's one of those moments that you're talking about where the Rams have it on. They have several 4th and 1, 4th and 2s, all those types of things, and look what they do. They actually go for it. They try to extend these drives instead of just kicking field goals. And it's if you have the balance of being Sean McVay and being able to reinvent your offense and doing all of the 13 personnel, and then you bring in the other analytics part of it, and now you're playing smart football. That it gives the Rams such a leg up over everybody.
Yeah. And the other thing we got wrong is we thought their secondary would be the biggest question mark, which that still was, obviously. We didn't think Emmanuel Forbes was going to be giving them such good production.
Nobody thought
their
that.
Safeties, the Cams, Kitchens and Curl have been great, and the corners have been very similar to what Jesse Minter does for the Chargers, where he finds these misfits and makes it work. We're seeing the same thing there with the Rams with Shula. He is also a cornerback whisperer.
Man, I love watching the Rams. If we started this show a year ago, I would have been a Rams fan. I ain't gonna lie.
You can still be a Rams fan. Nothing's stopping you.
I don't know. Their future's a little bit murky
Let me tell you
considering
something.
what's gonna happen with Matthew Stafford.
We keep talking about where
But
you're going
man.
to pick your favorite team. Stop trying to mathify it. Stop trying to game the system. Pick with your heart, not your brain. You're pissing me off.
I'm from Atlanta, and I have done nothing but lose. Not even lose, been mid my whole life. I need to get this right.
Do you know
is my
how
last
do you know how
opportunity.
fucking dishonorable it is to try to make the smartest pick for your favorite team?
How is it dishonorable?
It's dishonorable. Pick with your heart. It's a favorite team. It's not an investment opportunity.
Brother, I come from the trench. I'm sorry. Bro.
Stay in the trench then.
I have no room for
If your
error at
instinct
all.
sends you to the trench, go there with heart and with pride.
I will say though, the Rams, they are sky high right now.
Pick the Rams then. Like, that's fine. Do
Not
what
just
your
yet.
heart desires.
At the
Don't
end of
try
the
to be
year.
smart. There's no being smart with
At
the team.
the end of the year,
Everybody
you'll
goes
see.
up and down. Everything can change at any moment.
Yeah.
Pick with your heart and rock with it.
Dude, they just feel so safe right now because, of course, I fuck with the name. I fuck with the redesign. I fuck with their jerseys.
With the
Jared
name.
Bruce
Fuck
is
with the
hard as
Ram.
hell. Yeah, Rams hard as hell. Sean McVay signed me up. Fucking OG genius signed me up. Matthew Stafford, he's finna, in my mind, if I was to predict MVP, I think he's probably going to take it by the end of the year. So they just have like me written all over it.
Go for it then. Go for it. I don't want to hear
We'll see,
any more.
though.
This is not the smartest pick. Who gives a fuck? It's a
We'll see,
favorite
though.
team.
We'll see though, man.
What did we get wrong about the Cardinals? Everything. This is a team that
That's
once
it.
again had a season from hell. I was high on the Cardinals. I picked them to be third in division because
Yeah.
I love the Rams and we respect the 49ers. I was cautiously optimistic about the Cardinals because of what we saw at the end of last season. Their defense really came together under Gannon in the last 10 games of last year. All the numbers up and down the board really got strong in the closing of that game,
Mhm.
of the season. And I was very high on them adding Walter Nolan and very high on them adding Johnson, adding a cornerback one to this defense and a disruptive defensive tackle. Walter Nolan gets hurt week 1. We don't see him for a bunch of the season. The defensive line does also add Sweat, which he played pretty well, but we didn't see a huge jump there from the defensive line to make them dominant. And even Johnson missed some games at corner. But overall, the defense wasn't quite as dominant as I thought it could be. That would lead them to being a wild card team. But we weren't wrong about that side of the ball necessarily. Offensively, they did the same thing the Falcons did where they said our offseason addition will be continuity, will be improvement in chemistry. Year 2, Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. will get going. We can see the best version of this year by year grow by internal development. And it was the complete opposite. They lost Clayton Adams, going to be the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys. Turns out he was the juice there that made the run game so good last year, as well as losing James Conner for the season, then losing Trey Benson for a lot of the season and rolling out with nobody at running back. Their running game, non-existent. Kyler Murray, for once and for all, has proven to be a terrible scheme fit for what they want to do there. Being an under center, run, play action team, you need a tall quarterback that can throw in the middle of the field and make decisive reads. That will never be Kyler Murray. The door on that has been shut. They're going to get rid of him this offseason, almost guaranteed.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is when you start getting into quarterbacks who are in the 15 to 22 range, you start thinking, can you win? Can you win with this guy? And then when you get to like 23 to 25, it's like, all right, can we still win despite of this guy? And then after that, it's just you can't win with this guy. Period.
Yep.
Kyler Murray has
Yep.
moved himself back into the category of, okay, can we win despite this guy? Just because he is talented enough and he is athletic enough to where he's not Dylan Gabriel. He's not the worst quarterback in the league. But if you are going to succeed with Kyler as your quarterback, it's gonna be because everything else is insulating him to a degree that you are winning despite of whatever flaws or whatever mistake that he gives you. And that screams out bridge quarterback.
Yeah, and handing the keys to Jacoby Brissett hasn't been this like wonderful thing that's working, but they've clearly made the decision by putting Kyler Murray on this fake ass IR placement that they're benching him. That in the scheme they do not see him as being a fit. Like I said, you either trade him this summer and bring in a scheme fit and keep the system because you decide to believe in your coordinators and your head coach, or you fire that head coach and or coordinator and bring in a system that fits Kyler Murray because you don't see a better quarterback option on the horizon and you're stuck with him. So let's optimize him. One of those things will happen. But either way, what we got wrong is we chose to believe this offense could be good enough to make them a playoff team.
Yeah.
That's on us. We should never ever believe in Kyler Murray like that again.
Listen, the memory of
not-
2021 Kyler is still in our head. There's still a world out there where he can be decent.
somebody posted the video of the Hail Mary that he had, the Hail Mary to DeAndre 5 years ago, and then they had the video from like, you know, in Ratatouille whenever like they zoom out from the guy's eyes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he just
And it's like that was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
The last time that Kyler Murray was leading a team to the playoffs was half a decade ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's tough. The offense didn't work. 49ers, very short conversation.
Yeah, we were wrong that last year was the year from hell from injuries because that's this year. Because this year Kitto's missed time. Ayuk has not come back. You lost Warner. You lost Bosa for the year. Once again, everybody just keeps continuing to die.
We said
over there.
Surely it can't happen again.
Yeah.
Like, that's so unfortunate. You don't get that unlucky twice in a row. Oh, wait.
You
They're
do.
more unlucky?
You do.
Like,
That's
Purdy's
insane.
missed time. Like
yeah, like the receivers were all banged up. Purdy's missed the whole season damn near. Came back this week, looked great.
Yeah.
The defense lost their 2 stars. They have no chance of being a good defense anymore. There's no, the conversation starts and stops with being unlucky.
But they still figure out ways to fucking win football games. They turned CMC into what, top 15 receiving yard wide receiver? Like, what are we talking about right now?
are they going to make the playoffs still?
No,
Yeah, they
no.
should. You don't think so? I
No.
wonder what the remaining schedule is.
They
Yeah,
might. They might hold on. Like
Yeah.
Comes down to where their schedule looks like. I haven't looked, but no, their defense is dead on arrival.
Mm.
Like Kyle Shanahan is a genius, and the fact that they're still clinging on like this, nothing's off the table with him. So it's not impossible to make the wild card round.
Oh, man.
I'd be fucking baffled if they win a playoff game though.
so.
then-
It's gonna be.
Yeah.
So it's gonna come down because they're 7-4. They're the 7th seed right now. The Lions are 6-4. The Panthers are 6-5, and the Packers are 6-3-1.
If the Packers and Lions don't finish over them, what a disaster for those teams. And we'll get to that division.
Yeah, I would say that, but
It's a lot to talk about.
yeah,
Yeah.
we got.
But again, if Shanahan just keeps winning, then Coach of the Year him. If they make the playoffs, Coach of the Year Shanahan. Steichen, I'm sorry. If they make the playoffs, Shanahan needs to be Coach of the Year.
Their
That's
next
fair.
6 games, you got the Panthers, the Browns, the Titans.
Oh shit!
Should be
That's 3
3
wins.
straight
Oh
wins.
god! Wait, hold on.
But
Are they gonna make the playoffs?
Hold on. Then you face off against the Colts, the Bears, and the Seahawks.
So they'll go.
They could
Dude,
go
the
through.
Seahawks-
They'll go.
resting
They'll go
players.
2. They'll go 2-1. They're not good enough to go 3-0. They'll lose one of those games. So they'll go 2-1, and they'll be 9-5, and then 9-5 with the final 3.
Mhm.
So best case, so they can get to 10 wins and
They
get
can
in.
get to 11 wins in that schedule. Like, that was not
Yeah.
hard.
What's
Yeah.
the final 3?
Colts, Bears, Seahawks.
Colts, Bears, Seahawks.
We'll see if the Seahawks have this 1 seed wrapped up or not. I mean, the one of the top 2 seeds. Maybe they're still trying to win the division with the Rams. Maybe it's close, so they still play.
They'll have to.
So never mind. They probably will have to play. So never mind. It's not easy. I was thinking maybe they rest 18, but they probably won't be able to because the Rams are so good. So they can beat the Bears. Can they get a game off of the Colts or Seahawks? Probably. Like, could they get one of those? Maybe. I wouldn't expect it. I'm picking against them,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they can. Damn, they might make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Kyle Shanahan, you're a fucking genius.
Yeah.
Seahawks. This is the most fun one I've been looking forward to. What we got wrong about this team? The general health of their passing offense, I think,
Mhm.
is the thing, and the combination of
That's
floor
the
and
best.
ceiling.
That's the best way to say it.
Because it was everything. It was, we did our predictions episode and we talked about this team and we talked, I think this is the longest division we talked about because we were like, fuck, somebody has to be 4 and I feel good about all these teams. I don't want to put the Seahawks at 4. I think McDonald is a genius defensive coach and their talent is insane. And like, I don't think this is a last place team in a division, but we were foolishly high on the Cardinals.
Mhm.
And obviously we're right to be high on the 49ers and the Rams. So it was like, oh my God, I guess the Seahawks have the most question marks with the quarterback that's coming in off a season in which he looked really good with Kevin O'Connell and really good with Justin Jefferson and Addison. But we've seen a lot of years of pumpkin before that. They have a terrible offensive line the year prior that Geno Smith was fighting tooth and nail to keep afloat for years. Did not look that much better outside the drafting of Gray's Abel. And a wide receiver room that had JSN, who just made a big breakout to become an above average receiver at the slot, now tasked with being the wide receiver 1. And wide receiver 2 is Cooper Kupp in 2025.
Yeah, that's awful.
Now, they did hire Clint Kubiak, who I was very high on. And I'm like, okay, there's a world in which it all comes together because he is the next great offensive mind. That was open. But there was simply more question marks compared to the rest of the division, which was pretty sturdy because we foolishly believe in the Cardinals.
Yeah,
And everything went well. It all hit the best case scenario.
Mhm.
and that's having Sam Darnold go to Seattle, and then you say, oh, you don't have Justin Jefferson, but you'll have somebody who is playing as well as him,
Better.
right? So, boom, like we have that answer right there, and I like the fact that you said like the general the general health of the passing offense, because in this last game against the Rams would topple any long-term optimism that anybody would have about Sam Darnold. And like the people who like really hated on Darnold, you can use this game and basically be like, see, I was right. Like you
You're right,
you just have to wait.
But also, like, this game was still goddamn close. They didn't lose
because
by
the
that
defense
much.
is
Because
amazing.
the defense is
Yeah.
amazing. The offense, the general, I said general health because it wasn't that we didn't see a world in which it could come together, right? We knew Darnold has been good last year, could be good again, but could be a lot of things with Sam Darnold. We knew JSN could take a leap to being a true X receiver on the outside and be just as good as he was out the slot, but he also maybe could not. And maybe it would have been he's good, but not enough to bolster the offense on his own as the only main target out there. We knew a lot of things could happen, but there was a lot of question marks. They've all gone well, specifically because Clint Kubiak is a genius, and they did similar things to the Seahawks by being the best team in the NFL outside the Seahawks. Similar things to the Rams at being the best team outside of the Rams at passing at heavy formations. They've also gone to a lot of 12 and 13 personnel, used that play action game to get JSN going and advantageous crossing routes where you can be one-on-one and just eat teams alive. It's all gone well because of genius play calling.
And shout out to them. But and we will definitely talk about it and much more as the playoffs near. Man, if you're a Seahawks fan, that game was scary though. That is
for sure.
Like, because obviously for them to have an opportunity to kick a field goal and win that game, it shows that like this defense is fantastic, and they got 14 points put on them real early, and then shut the Rams down for a majority of that game. But there's just times where you see your quarterback and you see the panic and you see these bad interceptions. It's like, damn, like, are we like, if we don't get the 1 seed and we don't secure a bye, which at this point is going to be extremely hard since you already gave up a game to the Rams, you have to be feeling so like nervous about what your postseason is gonna be like.
And a lot of people like y'all were like super dicey about Sam Darnold because of, again, like you said, Isaac turns into a pumpkin or whatever. And yesterday we started to see like the seed grow a little bit for a second for the first time throughout the entire
he was under
of the
pressure,
year.
and you made a lot of mistakes because he was like, he just has that like panic gene in him sometimes where what makes him so great is he'll stay in the pocket, stay under pressure, and deliver darts on the field, which has worked most of the time this year. But when you face a defensive line that has such success stunting you like the Rams did, getting Byron Young screaming down your throat, getting Jared Verse screaming down your throat, you try to stand in there and make a play and do the normal Sam Darnold thing you always do, being that gunslinger. Sometimes that happens and you get panicky because you're about to get hit by a 400-pound man coming at you, and you throw it straight to Cam Curl. You throw it straight to Cam Kitchens.
You start throwing jump passes.
It was amazing how he was able to just consistently throw into crowds.
This is not you.
And like also just try to be Superman at all times, bro. And like stand through the duress.
And we've seen enough strengths this season. I'm willing to say that's just the Rams being incredible and Shula being incredible at drawing up defensive game plans specifically for Sam Darnold, knowing he'll react poorly to stunts and late pocket pressures. But we'll see. We'll see how that develops. That's kind of what it looked like in the playoffs last year.
I'd be nervous if I was a Seahawks fan.
But overall, the passing offense being the best in the NFL potentially, did not see that coming at all.
Yeah.
Next division, we're an hour in. We're only 3 divisions in.
Jeez, man.
Let's get the quick one in there. NFC East, speak to this one. Donovan, what did you get wrong about the Eagles?
That continuity is a great thing. Because it really is testing my belief that continuity is a strength, and people really should lean on it, because this is what has happened historically. In 2023, the Eagles hired internally. They said, Brian Johnson, you are going to run the offense. And the offense had major issues. Somehow still better than this. Like, I've seen Eagles fans be like, man, I miss 23. We were in the trenches in 23 with Brian Johnson, who ended up getting fired. So there's that. Then 24 happens. They hire outside the outside the team. They get Kellen Moore, and you get somebody whose tendencies are much different than what Nick Sirianni normally does. And look at that. The offense has a ceiling, and the floor of the offense was not as low as what it is right now. This offseason, the moment Patullo gets hired, you see Eagles fans everywhere say, I have no idea how this is going to go, but I don't think it's going to go well, because we've seen what it looks like when you have Sirianni and when you have a Sirianni disciple running this offense with their beliefs and with their principles of how game management should go. And now here we are.
The one thing you got wrong is in the preseason episode where we did our first episode ever, actually, where we graded every team's offseason. I said, why are we not talking more about Kellen Moore leaving? He got like this passing offense was so good off the run.
You had to give Patullo a chance. I gave him a chance, and I
downplayed Kellen Moore.
I've been thinking about it too. It sucks that we have it's Cowboys week this week, and then we have then we have the Bears on Friday, on Black Friday. I hate the fact that we have a Friday game because if we have a bad performance against the Cowboys, a defense like that, any other team, any other week, oh, Patullo, you're fired. Like if you can't get going, yeah, you're out of here. But you have a game 4 days later, so you don't have the time, or you can't like stomach that.
Also, they're not going to fire him this year. They are just the Chiefs now. They keep getting it done with defense. They are the 2024 Chiefs. They're going to win these close games, making it ugly. This is their MO. It's how Sirianni wants to play. It's working. And I say that because the other thing we got wrong is we assumed the defensive line would be enough for this defense to stay strong before the season. It wasn't enough. Then you add Jalen Phillips, and now it is enough. They are back to being one of the best defenses in the NFL. He was a missing piece. As soon as you have one more edge rusher that you lost in Sweat, what do you know? We once again have the complementary pieces around Jalen Carter and around Nolan Smith off the edge getting healthy, that we can be a dominant defensive line and let our secondary be strong, let our linebackers be great in pass coverage. Everything will come together in the Fangio system. They can win with defense now and making it ugly on offense.
The front seven, the depth in the front seven is disgusting. The linebacker depth is nasty. With Bond, with Nakobe Dean being healthy now, with Jahad Campbell stepping in year one already being a demon. Like, yeah, the front seven is also.
Yeah, the defense is just, once again the best unit in the NFL. Jalen Phillips truly answered all the questions.
Yeah.
Cowboys. This is a pretty easy one. We knew their defense would suck shit after they traded Micah Parsons. We knew the passing offense would be incredible when they added Pickens. Two things we got wrong. One, we thought the run game would be garbage. We didn't know that Clayton Adams would come in and reinvigorate this offense. We didn't know he was one of the best run coordinating coaches in the NFL coming from the Cardinals. And we didn't know that Javonte Williams had some shit left in the tank. He is very good again. Mm-hmm. We completely thought they'd have the worst running back duo in the conference with him and Miles Sanders. Has not been the case.
Good. And good for him too. What?
Other thing we got wrong. I spent the whole preseason telling people, draft George Pickens in fantasy. I was so high on George Pickens. I spread George Pickens propaganda every chance I could. I said he would be one of the best, if not the best, number 2 receivers in the league.
This motherfucker looking like the number 1 receiver.
He's the number 1 receiver. He's better than Sedarius. He's better than CeeDee Lamb. This guy is a 1A, 1B. He is so dominant. Feels like Dak trusts him a little more these days. We can get a little conversation about who's the alpha there. Yeah. Not actually, but he's a number 1 caliber guy. If you're talking
about dropping passes and stuff like that, once again, there was a drop pass yesterday by Sedarius.
Nevertheless, this is a 1A, 1B situation where we have two amazing receivers.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Like, whether we can get into the discourse about who's the best, whatever, but this is two elite guys that there's no drop off really. They are both incredible. Pickens is even better than I could have ever hoped.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good for them. Good for them.
And they're still barely gonna make the playoffs. If they do, probably not because the defense is bullshit.
They won't.
But shout out Quentin Williams. The defensive line is good again.
Yeah, they will not make the playoffs.
They look a little better.
What's funny is they have a chance.
I understand that.
They do. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
They got to beat the Eagles though.
Yeah.
But overall, they are who we thought they were. We were singing their praises offensively. Said it would be a high scoring offense. I traded for Dak Prescott in my dynasty league before the season. I had Javonte Williams. I tried to get Pickens. All that went to plan. Defensively, they just don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
What did you guys get wrong about the Commanders?
So us three, we didn't get anything wrong. The general consensus around the Commanders of, oh wow, yeah, they actually are gonna win 12 games again. They're gonna compete for the NFC title. They're gonna compete for a Super Bowl. They are recession proof or regression proof. Wrong. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Jaden Daniels got hurt. You have one of the oldest defenses in the league. You made a whole bunch of signings. And it's like, good. You made signings. Were they good ones? No, they are not. And last year, they were at an all-time level of we are converting on fourth down. Converted on fourth downs at 87% of the time.
Damn.
Number 1, again, in NFL history. Right now in the NFL, do you know where they are right now?
Probably 28th.
16th. Dead mid.
Better than that. Wow.
Okay. That is like, it was always going to come back down to the middle when you are that good and that dominant. And so now the Commanders are at the top of the draft. Commanders fans are on Tankathon every single week, seeing where they stack up against the other bad teams in the NFL. And you are no different than a lot of other teams.
Yeah, we saw this coming. We didn't take them seriously in our contenders episode, and people were mad at us for that. This is just an old roster that wasn't good, and the injuries didn't give them any favors. We thought they'd be maybe a playoff team, but not a team that we saw as being a real contender. It's pretty easy to go from being a decent-ish playoff team to being a top 10 team when you have this many injuries up and down the board.
Yeah.
Started with Terry McLaurin, went to Jaden Daniels, went up and down the defense. Everybody's hurt. It's just a disaster year.
Yeah, I agree. Even if they were healthy, I just feel like they're just a middling 500 team.
Yeah, they were just a good team that could maybe be a wild card team. That was always what they're going to be, I think. And then they got unlucky.
Yeah.
Is what it is. They probably need this. They need to have some kind of retooling. They need some injection of talent. A top 10 pick will do them well, especially if they can add one on the defensive end. They'll be fine long term. I'm not like, it's like commonly framed as a Jaden Daniels sophomore slump. And yeah, he didn't perform great. Injuries are because of that, to himself, to his teammates. There was some small accuracy things that like on the margins made him have a few games to perform worse. He's still going to be a top 10 quarterback for the next 5 years, I think. I'm not really worried about him. I think he'll still be what we thought he'd be.
Mhm.
They just need to give him a supporting cast that gives him a chance. He has to protect himself and not get hurt every 5 seconds.
Yeah, this is probably obviously last year was an outlier. If we're thinking about actual progression, this is probably like where the state of the roster was.
Yeah. They're just not ready to contend right now.
Mhm.
And one good draft could change that with one top 10 pick where you get somebody really good, hopefully. Last team in the division, Giants. What do you get wrong about the Giants?
Dude, Jackson Dart is good, man.
He's fine.
Alright,
Yeah, sure.
alright.
But like we weren't like the most devout anti-Jackson Dart people.
Yeah.
The defensive line is still good. It's probably a little bit less good than we thought it would be, just because we thought it could be like, oh, this might be an elite defense.
That might be the only thing.
Neighbors got hurt. Cam got hurt.
I don't think that we
Yeah.
were either like overly high on Daboll either. I mean,
Yeah.
he's out, so it's like, all right.
We had straight lukewarm takes about the Giants. I don't think we thought anything about the Giants in particular. So like
Yeah.
Jackson Dart was probably he probably stabbed himself a little bit quicker than we thought he would.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think
But,
when
like,
it
just a
comes
little
to
bit.
thinking about their quarterback search, that's not necessarily a priority anymore.
But even then, he established himself. He had some moments. I do think that on a year-long basis, playing a couple games with Russell Wilson and then having Jackson Dart and somebody that's just like an actual an athlete, an actual NFL athlete.
Yeah.
That makes a difference in just perception. I still think that we are a little bit away from, obviously he's the rookie, but like from actually figuring out if Jackson Dart is the guy. So yeah, I'm not really sure what we were wrong about, because they had the Neighbors injury early on too. So like if you had a couple weeks where you had Dart, Neighbors, and Cam going,
Andrew Thomas is one of the best left tackles in the NFL. We weren't wrong about that because we weren't not slandering Andrew Thomas, but we didn't know he'd become protector of the year potentially. So there you go. That's one thing we didn't see coming from the Giants is Andrew Thomas superstar jump, which he was already great, but like he's been insane this year.
Yeah. Okay.
So there you go. Next division, where do you want to go?
NFC North.
NFC North. What is
Ooh,
one
man.
thing that we got wrong about the Packers?
I'm just going to say this right now.
Go ahead.
Once that trade happened, I thought they were the Super Bowl favorite. I was coasting off that high, seeing how crazy Micah Parsons looked, seeing how just audacious Jordan Love was for those first few games. Still has been really good. Came off a really good week too. I have now since then tempered those expectations.
Yeah, the passing offense is what we got wrong. Well, it's tough because the passing offense, like on EPA per play, Jordan Love is like 1. Like he's so
Yeah.
high up there. Like they do all these good things. But there's been way too many games in which they cannot score enough to put away these bad teams, and they're in constant rock fights with teams that are beneath their level. Where do we begin? Because it is the general health of the offense.
Okay, so the thing that we got wrong, especially post trade, is that they are the next juggernaut in the NFL.
Yes.
Because like they're fine. Obviously, they've underperformed in a couple games to really, really bad teams, right?
Mhm.
You have the Browns loss, you have the Panthers loss, you have those games. But
And we gloss over that. Those were like horrendous losses.
yes, and I do understand that. But they still are like they're a playoff team. They are a very solid playoff team. They are that. After the first 2 weeks of the year, we were like, hey man, like we can wrap the conference up. The NFC North is all right. Like nobody is gonna beat these guys. The Eagles have to watch out. Everything is fine. And it's just not that. So they are head and shoulders clear of everybody in the NFC or in their own division. They're not even leading the
They're
NFC
fifth
North
in
right now.
defensive EPA per rush. So they are still a great run defense. Michael Parsons has been probably the best run defense season of his career. Their linebackers, Edrin Cooper, has taken the jump he wanted to take in terms of being that in the box, like star caliber linebacker in that way with that athleticism he has. All that front seven stuff that we hope we could see after Michael Parsons has been largely correct, I think. Problem is they're only 20th in EPA against their pass. That's not as dominant as you would think when you add a Michael Parsons, who has been every bit as dominant as you could hope for.
Yeah.
So I think the rest of the defensive line around him hasn't been as good as you would have thought. Because the whole thought process of why we thought this defense would be so goddamn hellacious is because not only do you add one of the best production-wise edge rushers, when you do that type of thing, a rising tides lift all boats type of situation usually happens, where the rest of the defensive linemen really capitalize on the attention he draws and have the best seasons of their career. That hasn't been the case. And the cornerbacks are the issue we thought they'd be. There has been times where they've gotten picked on as expected. So defense has been a hair less dominant than we thought. Yeah, offense, you have offensive line injuries, which if you're going to have a Matt LaFleur system where he's been rather conservative, wants to set up third and manageable with the run, and you don't have the strength of the offensive line being there fully, that's going to make the floor fall out a little bit. And then you have the receiving core not be super dominant. Took a while for Christian Watson to come back. Golden is hurt. Tucker Kraft gets lost for the year. That's your one short area weapon when the rest of these guys are deep down the field targets. You kind of lose the run game aspect because of the line. Then you lose the short intermediate area because of Tucker Kraft. A lot of the pillars they want to build their offense off of are kind of falling out from under them. And it's left to Jordan Love to just be a magician all the time. And he's done a good job more often than not. Like, he is first in EPA per dropback for a reason. But there's a reason also we're seeing these low scoring games all the time. It's really hard to win that way.
Yeah, we crowned them too early, and that was it. Like, they still obviously like still have some stuff that they have,
But also injuries. Like, it also like they just that's kind of just unfortunate.
I mean, even before, I mean, they were losing bad games even with Tucker Kraft.
Yeah.
They were in shootouts. Like, even the Cardinals game. Like,
but at those points, they already had some offensive line issues. The receiver core was still the receiver core.
And so that's just the thing. Like, we thought it was going to be an easy path, and it just isn't. It's just not. For the Lions, we got wrong that they'd miss both Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, because they don't miss Aaron Glenn
at all.
No, like, Kevin Shepard is awesome. He is amazing, and that defense, once again, everybody's just dead. We talk about we talk about the 49ers always having people hurt, and people's training staffs, and like, what are you guys actually doing? I'm starting to feel that way about the Lions too, because if you looked at the injury report coming into Sunday night, everybody was out. Everybody was questionable. Everybody was missing practice. And yet the Lions come out and they are still able to have dominant defensive performances week in and week out. And that's because Kevin Shepard has not lost anything from what Aaron Glenn brought to the team. I think even on the offensive side, like, there's times that the Lions offense hasn't looked amazing. I would attribute that more to, hey, your offensive line, you lost stars on your offensive line, on that interior. And if you put those guys back in there, I promise you Dan Campbell could call plays, and everything for the majority of the season would feel much better.
I wanted to do like a mini deep dive on the Detroit Lions offensive line, and seeing how I went back and watched a few minutes of their all 22, and I saw against the Eagles, and I saw that Jalen Carter and what's his name, Jordan Davis, there are those guys, some of the best of their positions. But man, seeing how dire their offensive line is whenever they're faced with top end talent is so scary. And knowing how the type of quarterback Jared Goff is, I think I said the other day, he runs as if like he's dancing around mice or whatever. Like, it's a dire situation there. Yeah,
especially in the run game. A big reason why Dan Campbell took the play calling from Morton. He was not happy with the run game. They were not getting anything going, not running enough, and clearly he's made an emphasis to make sure they get the ball going. There was one drive in that game against the Eagles just now where they had a 1st and goal from, I think, the 8-yard line, something like that. It was like a long 1st and goal. Ran the ball three straight times with Jahmyr Gibbs. 3rd down was like 3rd and 5. It wasn't even like close. And he still ran the ball with Jahmyr Gibbs. He said, we are going to establish this motherfucker no matter what it takes. Didn't work.
And even like Jahmyr had a good game as a receiver.
Yep.
Right. All of his explosive plays was catching the ball out of the backfield. It was on screens. It was doing stuff like that. Running the ball, 12 carries, 39 yards, 3.2 yards per carry.
Yikes.
David Montgomery, only 6 carries, right? And that's with the game being fairly in reach for a majority.
The whole game was in reach
of the night. And so and you can see they did not feel comfortable doing that. And it's one of the reasons that right now, listen, I pray that we get to play the Lions again in the playoffs because
Dude, Sewell is gonna be crying if that happens,
bro. An outside cold weather game for the Lions.
Christ.
It's so scary because if you can't run the ball and you can't help Jared Goff when he clearly, like at the start of games, whether if he's playing outside or playing in the cold or all that type of stuff, if he cannot get going, everything starts to fall apart. And so if you could not establish the run, be able to get explosives there, then get into your play action game and try to find a way to settle Jared Goff down. If you have to go on the road to Philly, if you have to go on the road, potentially, and play a divisional playoff game against Chicago, right? Even Tampa outside, if it starts to get weird, we'll see what Seattle looks like. There's so many games. Green Bay. There's a lot of outdoor stadiums in the NFC, and having Jared Goff in those situations is not what you want to see, especially if you can't run the ball consistently.
Yeah. Vikings, what do we get wrong? A lot. They are a disaster. First and foremost, that they could win with 9. That the health of the offense could be good enough with 9. That we would expect the QB whisperer in Kevin O'Connell to whisper some shit in 9's ear and get him going. Being able to get the ball consistently on the outside to Justin Jefferson, consistently on the outside to Jordan Addison, and make things go as well as you would hope for when you give up on Sam Darnold to say, we got 9. 9 sucks. 9's garbage right now. I'm sorry. 9 is terrible. And there's a world in which, he's still young in his career, so nothing's written in stone. It is November 18th. When they play again on what will it be, November 23rd? 9 will suck.
Well, I will tell you this. 9 will have at least 2 passes that will make you be like, oh, he's not that bad.
Every NFL quarterback can do that. I will still say.
And then the very next 2 passes will be like, oh shit, he is that bad.
I don't know.
9 sucks at that right now. And again, we're at this point of his development. We will see if it gets better over time. But right now, 9 is not good enough for them to have any type of playoff success or make the playoffs or even dream about making the playoffs right now.
And he won't be good. Their next 2 games on the road against Green Bay, on the road against Seattle.
Damn. And on the other end, the reason we thought 9 would be good enough, or at least could imagine a world in which they don't get sunk by 9, is because they did so much in the offseason to fortify the roster. We know the weapons are incredible. The play caller is incredible. Last year, they couldn't dictate the line of scrimmage whatsoever with their offensive line. Their interior offensive line was bad. They went out, they do big signings on that side, bring in Fries, bring in Kelly, and on the defensive side, do the same thing. The defensive ecosystem was so strong last year because of their play against the pass. The strength of the defensive play calling, Brian Flores, and their edge rushers were incredible. They go out and they sign 2 defensive tackles, in Hargreaves and Allen. Idea was we'll be able to run the ball better and defend the run better. We don't need 9 to do a whole lot. It'll be a pretty easy opportunity for him with the strength of this roster. Neither of those trenches have been as good as expected. They are just not nearly as dominant as you would hope.
And it really is unfortunate because it feels like for the Vikings, like this window has just been closed. It feels like they had a moment and they had an opportunity to retool and to extend whatever playoff championship window that they felt that they had, and it's over. It's done. And until 9 can come through and be the 22nd best quarterback in the NFL, you're not gonna have any real chance of getting in there, especially when the rest of this division, you see Caleb Williams taking strides and doing basically the same thing in the sense of, like I'm gonna be kind of off for 3/4 of the game, but 4th quarter, last drive, I'm gonna sit up, I'm gonna make all the plays. We're gonna kick a field goal. We're gonna win the game. You see what the Packers have available to them. Even though that we just hated on the Lions for a little bit, they're still a good team, and they are still one of the more talented teams in the NFL. So the margin for error for the Vikings has always been super slim, and 9 doesn't help you in any way.
What do we get wrong with the Bears?
That they could actually, me personally, that they could seriously contend for the NFC North.
Currently in first place.
Yeah, I did not think that. I thought like best case scenario, okay, they could be good. They'll be the 3rd place team in this division. And ultimately, it might still work out that way. But right now, on November 18th, they are 7-3, and they are at the top of the NFC North, and they are winning close games, which is something so weird to say about the Chicago Bears. They have clutched up in game after game after game, and it's not just happening in the normal, ideal way that you would think teams do that. It's not Caleb Williams saying, "Hey, I'm going to put the whole team on my back every single game. I'm going to throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns and no picks and all this." They gave up the touchdown to 9 at the end of that game. Instantly, what happens? Devin Duvernay, big return. You're getting plays on all 3 phases from them. You're creating turnovers defensively. Caleb Williams and his scrambling is electric. They are obviously, you're winning close games. It's something fluky to whatever that is. In this moment, I don't care. You were bums last year and you are winning games last year and you're winning games now. Shout out to you.
We didn't know that if this team would be good and if the offense would succeed, it would be because of DeAndre Swift and Cal Monungai helping lead one of the best rushing attacks in the NFL. They're 7th EPA per rush on the season, and that's counting the first 4 games in which they were dreadful against the run. Let me see if I can change this to the last few weeks, but they are a truly elite rushing team now. After their bye week, they came out and Ben Johnson said, by hell or high water, I'm going to fix this run game no matter what needs to be done, and they've done it. They're winning the game on the ground. They're defending not good, but like you said, making takeaways and doing this without Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon for the whole year. They're best defenders. They're finding a way to be there, to be good enough on defense. And like you said, the clutch game of Caleb Williams in these fourth quarters, making enough plays, and the fact that he went from being one of the worst sack economy quarterbacks in the NFL, taking too many sacks, and now he's unsackable. Still inaccurate, still has plenty of development left to go before he can be a true star.
One thing at a time.
One thing at a time. He is now one of the best sack avoiders I have ever seen. Like maybe the best. I can't even remember who, like obviously like Lamar's had seasons where he's unstoppable, impossible to sack, and like other guys are like do it in their own way. But in terms of like that's your thing, and like in this one specific skill, like we look at like Patrick Mahomes, also hard to sack, but he combines that with like being accurate and like it's a whole package. In terms of just the skill set of making guys miss and being hard to take down, I can't remember how many seasons I've seen that are this magical.
Dude, he's so like unsackable that all of the grades when it comes to talking about their offensive line are so skewed and it's hard to gauge how good they are. They've improved since last year, of course, but they're not as good as you think they are.
Yeah, they're top 10 in EPA per dropback, despite being, he still is inaccurate and is inconsistent at hitting with proper timing on these breaking routes that Ben Johnson wants to do. His whole offense is going to be, you're going to run a play action, you're going to do whatever, bells and whistles before the play, you're going to turn around, you're going to look up. That tight end will be open at the exact right time if you throw it to him, I promise. That's the whole Ben Johnson MO. I will draw up guys to be open, hit him. Caleb doesn't hit him a whole lot. Caleb messes that up all the time. But it doesn't matter because he makes 2 sackers miss and eventually finds a way to keep the ball moving. They don't take the negative plays. All of that works out in the aggregate to be a positive passing offense. While they're also one of the most penalized teams because their offensive line is stupid as shit.
It's so frustrating.
Braxton's a superstar. Joe Tooney is wily vet. Everybody else, dumb as rocks.
One thing at a time. one position on the offensive line at a time.
Yeah. Listen, they got Braxton and the Caleb Williams is progressing well. Running game is working. They have their head coach. Things are on the up and up.
They can do things. They can do.
They're ahead of schedule.
Okay.
Next division.
AFC East.
AFC East. Okay. What did we get wrong about the New York Jets? Not a goddamn thing.
They are trash, man.
Not a goddamn thing.
Yeah. Okay. So the Buffalo Bills. I was wrong in that I thought that the Green Goblin mask was dormant. Was gone actually. Not just dormant. It is back, and the voices are starting to get louder. The calling is starting to get even bigger. The glow on the mask is starting to get brighter because even though that Josh Allen put the team on his back in week 11, had 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns, the Bills put up 44 yards. You have seen over the last few weeks, you've seen the turnovers start to happen. And not just turnovers. The boneheaded decisions of what the hell is going on. I'm seeing Josh Allen 2-hand shovel a pass forward, causing interceptions. It's still there. And I thought that Josh Allen had gotten completely rid of that. It looks like it's back on the table for the Bills.
Yeah, I'm not going to put it all on him. A lot of people are. The passing offense not being good enough is what we were wrong about. The fact that this team is going to become such a high-level rushing offense with James Cook taking this leap and being so productive, one of the most productive running backs in the league outside of Jonathan Taylor, who is God amongst men, the passing offense just being bad in all regards is what we got wrong about this team. We knew the defense would struggle. We knew the ways it would struggle, the tackling issues, the safety issues, all that is exactly what we fucking thought it would be. The fact that these offensive weapons are just bad and not good enough, and it's leading Josh Allen to have to do too much. And we're seeing, like you said, the Green Goblin mask coming out. What that really means is the equilibrium of how much pressure he can handle making plays versus being dumb. That's always a tightrope depending on the ecosystem around him. We're kind of teetering the other way a lot of these games.
Yeah, specifically a weapon that I was wrong about, someone who I had a lot of hopes in, someone who I had also a part of my fantasy team, and is one of the reasons why I'm doing atrociously bad. I'm like now 0-11. Keon Coleman. This is now his third time being benched due to
0-11 is crazy.
disciplinary reasons. Being a healthy scratch, when I saw that, I was so confused. I'm like, what does that even mean? You're a healthy scratch.
I mean, stay home, buddy.
Being late to team meetings and walkthroughs and all that is insane to me. And seeing how like just dire things have been after, I don't know what, 1 week or 2 weeks into the season has been so disappointing. And I thought, like, I'm looking at his physique, I'm looking at some college tape and whatnot, if it means anything. And I'm like, oh, like, why isn't this guy like not one of the top receivers on the team? Why is everyone talking about how dire their pass catchers are and how they don't have like no goddamn playmakers? It makes no sense. I'm buying all in
because he sucks and can't get open. But in this game that he's a healthy scratch, their passing offense explodes. Josh Allen leads the league in total EPA this game, 317 passing yards, 11.53 average depth to target. That's the storyline. They were slinging this bitch down the field. Josh Palmer made some good plays. We know what their tight ends have been doing this year. We finally saw a good game where their passing offense goes well and it carries their rushing offense to some degree. And they have a shootout with the Bucs and end up winning. And now part of that is the Bucs defense has had a lot of issues on their second level. Their linebacker core has been food against the pass for the entire year. So we'll see if they can keep it up. But positive momentum, at least through one game. That being the most recent one for Josh Allen in the passing offense. But overall, the inconsistencies there that prevented them from being like the 1 seed in a year in which the 1 seed is for the taking. Didn't really expect that.
They're gonna fumble, and they kind of already fumbled, and it is wild that the 1, like you said, the 1 year right now, the Chiefs and the Ravens would both miss the playoffs. You would not have to go through Mahomes or Lamar. And Drake May's like, yeah, but I'm here. I'm in the way.
What did we get wrong about the Patriots? We did not. So one, where like I got wrong, Stephon Diggs is just going to age fucking gracefully as hell. Despite losing all the athleticism coming off that ACL, I thought like that's going to be your number one receiver. I'm concerned about the weapons around Drake May and if they have the offensive ecosystem to allow him to take even like a Pro Bowl type jump. I was scared that the offensive line would still stink despite adding Will Campbell. I was like, is that enough in year one? I didn't think the rushing attack would be great. And I thought the pass catchers looked like shit on paper. 32-year-old Stephon Diggs off an ACL, Kayshon Boutte, Pop Douglas, Kyle Williams, Hunter Henry. What are we talking about? With a second-year quarterback, that's a lot of weight on his shoulders. What I didn't know is that Drake May is the best quarterback in the NFL, and he can put all that weight on his shoulders and be the MVP and lead them to being just good enough to win in this easy schedule and be able to stay ahead and now probably win this division. I didn't know Drake May was going to be God in year 2.
Yeah.
And I was dead wrong about the Patriots.
Yeah, MVP was even like, I feel like because we were probably the most optimistic about him and seeing the schedule and be like, I don't know, man, like they probably could do it.
Yeah,
like,
you guys were high on them for the schedule. And I said, I think the line might stink. I don't like the weapons. The defense, there's still a lot of holes despite the people they added in free agency. Their defense is great. All the people they added in free agency worked well. I was wrong about every aspect of this team.
Yeah.
So shout out to them.
They just cooked.
I was wrong. And especially after the offseason, I was like, Stephon Diggs is gonna be like worth just like having in the locker room anyways. Like it feels like, you know, we're in a weird place right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's fine. He's the perfect vet. He's the perfect player for what they need right now. It's good stuff.
PR around him is amazing. He's taking his offensive line out to eat and some more shit. This team is great, bro. Mike Vrabel's like the coach of the year.
Yeah. And Milton Williams signing worked. Landry signing worked. The front seven is powerful now. Has some motion on the edges. Their DBs, obviously, with Christian Gonzalez and everybody there, very good. It's just, it's a good, well-rounded team. It still has their issues. They still don't have like the best running game at all. The running back room still hasn't been what you'd want. At having Ramondre Stevenson and Trayvon Henderson, it's been inconsistent all year. Not everything's perfect. The weapons still aren't great. You know, like Stephon Diggs has been better than expected. Kayshon Boutte has had so much great deep connections with Drake May. All this is because Drake May is so good though, and willing to being able to get the value out of Kayshon Boutte, help Stephon Diggs stay afloat and have a good connection with him. make it so the running game being consistent doesn't matter that much because he is so good at delivering under pressure and delivering these late game situations. Having the MVP league helps a lot.
Cool. All right, so last team,
Miami
is
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
What's one thing we got wrong with the Dolphins?
I don't remember you guys getting really anything wrong about them.
I thought they'd be a 500 team.
Mm.
The 4-7 right now. They're making a comeback. We thought that the vibes could be bad.
Yeah, the vibes are bad, but I thought they would
But,
still be 500 because their offense would just still be good with Hill, Waddle, A-Chain, Tua healthy, and improvements to the offensive line. That was where everything went wrong. Their offensive line did not improve very much. They drafted second-round pick Jonah Savania, I don't know how you say it right. He sucks. He's terrible. That didn't go well at all. That was their all-in move. So the offensive line is still bad. They still can't dictate the line of scrimmage. And the defense is just like a million times worse than we ever could have expected.
Yeah.
All right, so we got nothing wrong.
Oh, I thought it'd be 500. So I was wrong about just like the success of that offense.
But that was more about like the general. I feel like us being like, yeah, they could be 500 was because a lot of people were like, oh, they're gonna go 1-16. It's like, all
Yeah.
right, well, they're not like that bad.
Yeah,
Like, they
exactly. I
could-
wasn't high on them, but I was like, they're probably going to be competent and be respectable because their offense is so good. And it's just not enough. Like, we've talked at length about their issues over the course of the year. It's just not enough.
Yeah.
And to be fair, they're looking better as of late. They had a disaster start to the year. They're actually winning some games now and like probably are looking closer to what was expected from them being an average 500 team. But yeah, all the weaknesses just really shined to start the year.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to talk about the Dolphins. No, what division is next?
We need the AFC North and the AFC South.
Let's do the AFC North. What did we get wrong about the Baltimore Ravens? We thought it was a fair assumption they would once again be the best rushing team in the NFL. And that would be the crux of once again being one of the best offenses in the NFL. Has not been the case. The run blocking completely fell apart. Derrick Henry's getting hit behind the line of scrimmage as much as any running back in the league.
Mhm.
The stuff percentages have been crazy throughout the entire year. Everything that Ravens fans feared about having Falele be your starting right guard has been true. It's even worse than we could have expected. The run blocking has really been falling apart and led, as well as Lamar being injured, led to the offense being disappointing.
Yes. Speaking of falling apart too, earlier in the year, we saw everyone die on the defensive end as
Correct.
well. And that was also very, very disappointing as well.
We thought this could be a dominant secondary. When they drafted Malachi Starks, brought in Jair Alexander, who did absolutely nothing for the team, but we thought maybe as your third corner could give you some value. And obviously have Kyle Hamilton. We thought this could be a dominant secondary and the defensive line could be good enough that this could go back to being a great defense. And this team could be the Super Bowl contender. It was my pick to win the Super Bowl. Well, you lose your one good pass rusher for the whole year in Madubuike. He's gone, not coming back. Suddenly the pressure side of that isn't going well. Roquan Smith started off goddamn terrible. Looked so washed for the first month of the season. The pursuit angles were terrible. Playing the run, he was food. I think he's looked better in recent weeks. And we're starting to see Malachi Starks come along, so they do have that strong-ish secondary now. But you got in such a deep hole because your defense was such a disaster to start the year with all the injuries and the slow movement on the secondary and having to figure out the right way to deploy Kyle Hamilton. Last year, they saved their defense and making him the free safety up high. This year, they saved their defense and making him an outside linebacker playing by the line of scrimmage. It's a little too late in terms of being like at that level of being one of the true contenders. Took you too long to figure it out. So yeah, we got everything wrong with the Ravens is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to.
I did every single part about the team.
I know this is about
I
four. But hey,
wanna- yeah.
they won 4 straight games, right? And right now, I don't see a world where they lose many more games for the rest of the
Man,
year.
they barely beat the Browns because Shador Sanders came in and shit the bed. Like they barely beat the Browns.
Yeah, but hey, can they barely beat the Jets? Can they barely beat the Bengals and the Steelers?
Hell yeah.
I think it's up for discussion.
That the Shador stuff is so funny because we were talking while the game was going on, and then like our friends were like, "Yo, if Shador could lead this comeback, they were up by 6 whenever it
Yeah,
happened." Like,
shut up.
like it felt that game felt so bad
Mm-hmm.
for how bad Shador was playing in that moment, and the defense was so dominant. But you look at what it felt like whenever he got into the game, and it's like, okay, are they down? Are they down 6? Are they down 8? Like, no, they were actually up 6, and it feels like Shador is fighting uphill. That's how bad he looked in that moment. I do think that for Baltimore, especially next season, I want a year where we can use Kyle Hamilton in a versatile way that is just for funsies and not like, oh, we have to put you here because our entire defense is based on can you fix it?
Yeah.
I want him to be able to be at the line just because we can. Or
Yes.
or go play deep safety just because we can. Hey, if you want, call a play cornerback, right? Play DT. You can do whatever you want just because we can. I just want him to be able to be like the weapon instead of the saving grace of this defense.
Yeah.
What do we get wrong about the Bengals?
They're such a simple team. You know, like,
They're simple as fuck.
Yeah, like-
they're so goddamn simple.
They are some simple teams.
They're simple as shit. Wide receivers go Burr. O-line, no Burr. Running back, no Burr. Defense, no Burr. Quarterback hurt, but Burr. They're simple as hell.
Dude, what is there? to
There's
talk
really
about,
nothing wrong that we got about them because they also can't play defense.
And also, Joe Burrow got hurt. There's not much to say there. Like,
Mhm.
I think the only thing is that hey, Jake Browning is a viable backup quarterback because the moment he came in, like we had to go back 2 years and we thought that he could be decent.
kind of, but we only thought that because the ecosystem is so good for a quarterback that we decided anybody could be fine. But then
Exactly.
Joe Flacco was fine. So like,
Yeah, but and the fact that they had to go trade for Joe Flacco in the first place because
Sure.
Jake Browning was that bad.
but like,
I
I
was-
was
I
Jake
was-
Browning. That like,
That's the only. Everything else was so predictable. We saw it happening, and we said like, you have no margin for error. Everybody has to stay healthy. You have to have the best offense in the league because your defense is going to be bad. This defense has given up. This defense. One of my favorite screenshots and graphics of the year is like, wow, the Bengals defense is really bad, and it's Justin Fields' 4-game sample size, and he has like 45 passing yards, 46, 211,
Yeah.
and then he goes right back down
Crazy.
to 50. They made Justin Fields look like a
mind you, 211 is not a big number.
No, but it looks like it made Justin Fields look like
Yeah.
okay, he had a career day against the Bengals. We knew exactly what this was going to look like,
Mhm.
and it has played out to the worst case scenario because guess what? You had no margin for error. Error happened.
Many error happened. Trey Hendrickson injured. Joe Brady
Dude,
injured.
Shamar Stewart?
Joe Burrow injured.
He is nothing. He never shows up, never pops on my screen at all. The streets apparently calling him the Anthony Richardson of edges, bro. Like he does nothing productive
See,
at all.
that's fair. That's fine. He is because he was a toolsy, athletic, drafted project guy that's expected to take time to develop. He is the Anthony Richardson of edges. Like his RAS score at the combine, his athleticism score was insane. That he literally is the Anthony Richardson of edges. That is a player that needs time to develop. They drafted him at a time in which they need him to contribute right away,
Yeah.
which we said was dumb as rocks. You don't draft a project in a year in which you need to have an impact defensive player now, or you're going to sink.
But
Who would
he
have
would-
thought? The guy with no bag needs time to develop a bag.
But that's the problem is that he didn't even have a bag in college, and it's like, all right, bro. Like,
But that happens a
like,
lot with prospects for the defensive end. It's not too bad.
Come on, man.
That happens a lot. And like
Come on, man.
a lot of athletic ends are like, that's a good project to have. Like, end of the
Mhm.
day, to be a top end, the first part, you need to be bigger, faster, stronger than people.
And bro, are you taking that guy with like the 20th overall?
yeah, I
pick?
would if I wasn't the Bengals. If I'm insert team that has the
If he
patience, and
gets
has the
sack guy,
infrastructure.
why he get no sacks?
If the Eagles had taken him, it would have been really smart. If they had number 20 pick, because they can give him a year to wait. A team that does not have any other defensive ends and needs a day one contributor was
Yeah.
not smart.
yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah, but I'm not like out on Shamar Stewart. Like that type of player needs time. We've seen the story many times that year one edge rusher isn't good because he doesn't have a bag yet and he develops it over time. Welcome to Trayvon Walker.
What'd y'all get wrong about the Browns?
Smart still turned into Trayvon, I guess.
Well, obviously, I mean, if he was, he go number one overall, not 20. But that type of player, like
Yeah.
Trayvon Walker, also had no bag and was just like big and eventually was able to harness that. That happens all the time.
He's all right.
Browns. What do we get wrong with the Browns? What did we get wrong with the Browns?
I mean, I guess we were.
The defense is good as expected. Adding Mason
Yeah.
Graham, having Myles Garrett, that all went to plan.
We knew that we were going to get into a situation where one by one the quarterbacks were going to fall and Shador was going to start in like right now, week 12.
Yeah.
We said Jerry Jeudy was a little bit of a fraud in terms of us. We don't got to respect the production last year when we're ranking wide receivers. Correct. I think we like Quinshon Judkins as a player, but he actually no. I guess Quinshon Judkins being so damn good was what we got
Yeah.
wrong because he was on criminal timing and missed the entire training camp with charges. So we were like, okay, well I guess that's cooked. And he came back after missing training camp, started game one, and is the best running back in his class.
Mm-hmm.
He's a star. Once they get good eventually in coming years, when they figure out the quarterback, make the offensive line better, Quinshon Judkins is a star.
Okay. I guess that's the biggest takeaway.
There's not much else there. Honestly, the team
Yeah.
was very simple. It was very
Yeah.
much what we thought.
Yeah.
We were high on Mason Graham being added to this defensive line and bring it all together.
Mhm.
Malik Collins has been better than I thought. The whole defensive line has been strong with Myles Garrett being the best player in the NFL. Carson Schwarzenegger's ready to play day one has been good.
I guess I didn't necessarily see Myles Garrett being in a class of his own when it comes to just straight up talent
Should've.
in the NFL.
He should have.
Man,
He's that
what
guy.
a lesson.
That's one of the GOATs.
Yeah. what a
Do we
lesson.
feel? Actually, no. All right, we have one division left. We'll talk about
You
it.
think he's gonna break the sack record?
I
I think he has like 15 on the year or something like
the
that.
answer's always no until it happens. Like,
Yeah.
it's tough. I mean, maybe. I don't
I
know.
wonder if
Yes.
they're basing it.
Yeah,
It's like 23 or something like that.
he'll do it.
We'll see.
Okay.
Steelers, what do we get wrong?
He might. He might do it next week.
Steelers. This is another team that's pretty simple. We were pretty spot on in this division. Now I'm thinking about it, but you kind of knew what was up with this AFC North. Aaron Rodgers has had moments in which the accuracy shines, has had plenty of moments where the lack of mobility doesn't shine. And shines in the worst way. We
Okay,
don't really.
I got it.
Okay.
We were wrong that the connection between DK and Aaron Rodgers would be so seamless so quick.
I wasn't low on that connection. Like,
I think I was a little bit low on it because one, I don't think too highly of DK as a receiver. So you have that, and then you have what we thought was going to happen with playing Aaron Rodgers ball versus Arthur Smith ball.
Jalen Ramsey having to play safety because it didn't work out in corner.
Mm.
Thought there was one more season. We had our hot takes episode where we were trying to reach. I said, we got one more Jalen Ramsey All-Pro season in us. Just trying to wish into existence. That didn't go well, and the defense hasn't been as dominant consistently throughout the season. TJ Watt is taking a little bit of a step back.
Defense, yeah.
Clock time.
Yeah.
Getting a little old. General ceiling of the defense hasn't been fantastic.
How old is TJ?
They paid their
me
defense
see.
a whole lot of money in the offseason. Of course, TJ Watt being the face of that. Defense is just not good, man. Not good. And that's not what you expected out of the Steelers team.
Yeah, because the offense is what the offense is. They are
Yeah.
a heavy tight end personnel team. Darnell Washington is one of the most fun players in the NFL. He's a dog. I love Darnell Washington. I see so much talk about he should have played tackle. Fuck that. We got a gift by the gods watching this man play tight end, run out there. And you see that play where he got the ball up the left sideline. And
Yes.
Just kept going.
The Bengals cornerbacks were all scared.
Yeah, dude. He just demolished every single corner, play by play by play, inch by inch. It was hilarious.
There was one, I forgot who it was, that like wanted no parts and get the weakest attempt ever to tackle him. His ass is getting cut next year. I forgot which one it was. He trucked two of them. Third guy was like, he just got pushed. Cut. He's not going to be on the team next year. The guy's a bum.
Shout out to DJ Turner, man.
Yeah, it wasn't him.
Saved the grace.
But yeah, I honestly, there's not much wrong with the Steelers. We kind of knew what they are.
Yeah.
Any teams left in the division? Did I skip one?
Nope. Last division.
Last division.
AFC South.
We do have one more team that we did skip though.
Who?
The Tampa Bay Bucks.
Oh, no, we're at AFC South now.
What did we say? We didn't say them.
Oh, we did.
The Bucks? We didn't talk about them.
Okay.
Oh, in the AFC South earlier?
Yeah.
We'll come back.
Oops. Damn, we skipped the Bucks in the South?
Yeah, we did.
Oops.
We talked about them a little bit when it comes to how disappointing parts of their defense were, but we just like
You're right. Forgot about them. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, AFC South. What did we get wrong about the Colts? We talked about this at length all season.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones
Yep.
is exactly good enough to execute Shane Steichen's scheme. And on top of Jonathan Taylor being the best running back in the NFL, which we didn't foresee coming, everything about the offense we got wrong. Just because how could anybody have foreseen that? Daniel Jones went from being a castaway in the league that was floating around praying for one more chance to being a well above average quarterback for this season, leading the best offense in the NFL.
Yeah.
Next team.
Tennessee Titans.
Oh, well, everything. Just like what we got wrong is like
That they could be
like fine.
But-
Like
fine,
Ew.
frisky,
Yeah,
fun,
like-
fun bad team.
there was some cute conversations like, are they the new Texans? Are they going to turn around with the franchise quarterback? Like
Nope.
we were not here projecting like 9 wins or anything, but it was like, hey, we'll see. It might be fun.
Mhm.
Nothing about it's fun. Coach gone. There's like maybe 3 long-term starters on this team. JC Latham has taken a year 2 opposite of a leap, year 2 nosedive. Cam Ward hasn't been good at all, which like part of it is probably him being a rookie. Part of it is the infrastructure is complete dog shit in every measurable way.
Either way, it looks trash.
The running back room sucks. The wide receiver room is young,
Ridley's
I guess.
dead.
Sucks.
No one can catch.
No vibes in the locker room. Nobody has any energy. They all have like no caffeine, no anything in their systems to get them going. They're all just sleepy on the field.
You have fathers falling out in the stands. It's just
It's a train wreck. We did not see this being the biggest disaster in the NFL,
Yeah.
which we didn't see it being the biggest surprise in the NFL or anything, but we figured it would be some kind of like Saints situation where they have some like interesting parts going for him, even though they're bad.
It's not like that.
They don't got shit going for them.
It's not like that.
Jaguars.
Ooh. I think their defense has been surprising for me. But I will say the topic.
What we got wrong?
Seeing how Hunter has like no impact.
What could hurt?
Yeah, he's hurt, but very underwhelming season.
Well, yeah, but game before he got hurt, he finally got going as receivers and got hurt. Insanely unfortunate. But yeah, the ceiling of Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas Jr. as a receiver duo, that was supposed to be the thing that made this offense special. Completely got that wrong. Brian Thomas Jr., year 2 sophomore slump is putting it nicely, but we'll keep it there. Travis Hunter, they start off taking time to figure out the distribution of his snaps. As expected, they finally come. They have one game where he blows up, has over 100 receiving yards. We hear in the media, the coach every time he touches the mic says, this is now going to be an offense that runs through Travis Hunter more often. They have a bye week. In that bye week, he fucks his knee. Doesn't play the rest of the season. Insanely unfortunate timing. It felt like we were going to get an offense that runs through him as the wide receiver 1, which is clearly what they need in that system of Brian Thomas Jr. not being an over middle of the field receiver. Doesn't get to happen. Now we're out here with Jacoby Myers and Parker Washington because Brian Thomas Jr. is also injured. Just got nuked. The passing offense never had a chance to get going.
Yeah, it feels like, and it was kind of already there on draft night because it's like, wow, like you gave up a lot for Travis Hunter. Right now, you are losing the Travis Hunter trade. Trevor Lawrence, like it looks like that. Okay, then they're not going to move on from Trevor Lawrence because he makes too much money. But like you see the ceiling so clearly right now.
He's so weird. Like he's so average, but the ugly parts are so ugly that I think a lot of people perceive him as like a horrific quarterback because like he's kind of on Bryce Young timing where he has one hilarious play that you're like, if you take away the terrible fuck up he made in the second quarter, it's a pretty good game. But you got to do it every game where you're like, take away the one egregious thing he did, did a lot of good. That's like always the case with him. But he does do a lot of good. So I think he's kind of just average.
I feel like the first 5 games of the season versus the last 5 games of the season are just like a perfect story of what this whole Trevor Lawrence experience feels like. First 5 games, they went 4-1, capped that last win in with a super clutch rushing TD versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Since then, they've got their backs blown out on repeated ends on both ends of the field, and there's now like, I understand like the discourse of just like, ooh, should we move off of this guy? It feels very real.
Yeah, they've like the Chargers game this last week was the first time in basically a month that they've had a game that you can feel good about because they beat the Raiders, but you went into overtime with the Raiders. Like that also felt really weird.
And they're coming off a bye week with a good coach. You're expected to see a good game after that. Like they were well prepared for that Chargers game, having 2 weeks to think about it.
But yeah, so outside that, that's kind of it. And then I guess the last team is the Texans. Kind of also knew what this team was gonna look like.
No, well, there was a lot of hope with them bringing in a new offensive coordinator who came from a good system.
Oh yeah,
Nick Caley.
So, I mean, we were wrong about him.
We were wrong about Nick Caley and CJ Stroud being able to have a floor that makes the offense good enough that this team can be once again in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure we all thought they'd win the division pretty easily. I think we had them in our top 10 conference teams because, like, okay, you got rid of the coordinators, Nick Caley. We'll just blindly trust him because he comes from a good system. That usually works, right? Like, okay. A guy who knows Sean McVay, that typically works out well.
Yeah.
We think CJ Stroud is really good. We think he gives them a floor. We like the weapons that they added with Jalen Noel and Higgins, as well as still having Nico Collins. And the running game is going to be an issue. The offensive line is still terrible, and the running backs, whew. But there should be a floor here with your quarterback and your coordinator. Was not the case. I think we are, I don't know if saying goodbye is the word, but the collective NFL world is not entertaining the idea that maybe CJ Stroud is not an elite quarterback.
Which is tough because it very clearly is like it is the offensive line at the core of the core of the issue. Obviously, CJ has done some things and has made some plays that has compounded all of that, and he's not faultless in any of this.
He's not helping you make up for roster weaknesses like an elite quarterback would.
Yeah.
So it's not his fault that the offensive line is one of the worst in the league, right? But he's not able to kind of like rise the tides himself as you would hope. So it's really just a recalibration, I think, away from expecting him to be Superman because of what he did in his rookie year when the roster wasn't the strongest and like it felt like you add him and you add a new coach and things just flipped. So the general thought process was, I guess he's the reason it flipped, and I guess he's gonna do this forever, right? He's gonna be a floor raiser. We have to recalibrate that a little bit. So it's not that we're out on CJ Stroud. It's not that he sucks. He's a fraud or anything. But when the season comes around and this team has these weaknesses on the offense, we can no longer say, yeah, but they got CJ. We trust him.
Listen, they have 7 games left. They've won 2 games in a row. Shout out Davis Mills.
Yeah.
Got 2 games against the Colts, game against the Raiders, game against the Chargers, game against the Cardinals. They're 5-5 right now. They could sneak into the playoffs.
Sure. And the defense, if they get there, that defense is good enough to win a playoff game. We saw it last year. They dominated the Chargers. We'll see what the offense can do to hold up their end of the bargain. But this is neck and neck with the Broncos for the best defense in the NFL. So if they can get there, anything's possible.
Yeah.
But the general overestimation of CJ Stroud's ability to backpack and the general hope of Nick Caley to be the coordinator of the future right away and make up for the offensive line deficiencies, a little bit of an overestimation.
Damn. We will always have CJ Stroud's rookie year.
We will. And hopefully have more years to come, but I'm kind of just like over it.
Yeah, it's over, man.
I'm hanging on.
With that being said, that's every division.
And with that being said, it is time to move on to our next segment. Not TikTok. It's more
How
you
dare
know.
you pump fake me with that crayon?
It's more you know.
I don't want to know what you know. I want TikTok time.
We will get there.
What did you learn this week? What are we talking about in this week's rendition of the Mo You Know?
Mo you know, where we go ahead and discuss what I learned regarding to football every single week.
Regarding to football.
I was not aware that you have to be 3 years out of high school and 3 years into college in order to be drafted into the NFL.
Oh, yeah, because if we put 18-year-olds into the NFL, they die.
I understand that thought process, but I think that rule needs to be reworked and twisted and refined a little bit. I'm not saying 18-year-olds should be drafted at all, but I do think a certain exception of 19 and 20-year-olds should be in the conversation.
They'd also be murdered.
I think we're okay.
I think there's a specific player who I found out about, and I'm like, bro, he looks better than everyone on the field. Just moves entirely different, and he could be a part of a lot of top end NFL teams right now.
This guy wants to see Jeremiah Smith in the NFL, or at least always getting greedy.
I'm not gonna lie, 3 years just feels excessive. 3 years just feels too much. Can you imagine? Like, I think if you not just because you get into the league early doesn't mean that you should be, or you have the ability to get into the league early doesn't mean that you should be like drafted. There's only probably like a specific handful of guys who have the maturation physically to go ahead and do so. And I think Jeremiah Smith is one of those guys. I think if you look at this rule and deduce instead of 3 years, shit, make it 2 or 1 year, you probably do see an increase in certain NFL positions lifespan, like running backs and whatnot. And I think it's I think it's worth the conversation because you're going to take hits regardless. Why waste those hits in college when you could be making it a little bit extra?
Well, we already have guys come into the league before frontal lobes are developed. If we had another 3 years on the front end of that, I have no idea what to do.
And there's probably less. Maybe 4 years ago, if you'd have brought this point up, it would have been like, hell yeah, power to the people, let them get paid. But now NIL is around. Jeremiah Smith is probably making more right now than he will in his rookie contract. He is paid. I think he's probably just fine being a legend at Ohio State for a few years, getting paid, beating up on these D3 schools they're playing against. I think he's probably fine.
That is very true. NIL money is very different now. But I don't know. I think that if it's not for like a Jeremiah Smith, I'm sure there's some big ass Husky lineman out there who could be getting paid too very much.
No.
He ain't getting no real
He
NIL.
didn't work.
Those 3 years are needed, not gonna lie.
Imagine you, like if your year goes like this, right? Because you say 18,
Let's say 19. 20.
19. April happens. You take a chemistry 2 final.
You know they ain't studying for real.
May happens, or I guess March, you take your chemistry 2 final. April happens, you get drafted. September happens, you have to go 1-on-1 against Myles Garrett. It's over. You're getting murdered.
You have to be very special in order to do that.
You can't do this to those people. I don't care what corn-fed, grass-fed offensive lineman that you find from Iowa. He's not going to be able to guard Myles Garrett 1-on-1. He's not going to be able to do any of this stuff consistently.
I think every year in the draft through the hundreds of players
I
that are
promise
drafted, there got to be at least one player who could have been doing this earlier.
Sure, and there'll be 99 that get their legs broken because they got
Exactly,
there.
but that doesn't mean the 99 should be selected though, or 98 should have been selected.
There's like 200 picks in the draft.
But that I'm saying that doesn't mean that all those players should be selected. I think majority of the time, with my thought process,
He said, with
if
my
you're good
scouting
enough-
and my team, I could find every successful high school.
No, there's only one of them. There's only one of them, maybe two of them, and that's it. And those two should get the pass.
Yeah, but reality is teams would try to reach younger and younger to get the most years possible. So like they would really stretch that, and there'd probably be more
See?
negatives than positives.
those are called the dummy teams, and that's why
It wouldn't
they are
be
what they
dumb.
are.
It wouldn't be dumb. It would be the new edge.
Yeah, if you're the Eagles,
Yeah,
and you were able and you drafted Jeremiah Smith 3 years before you actually needed him to be an actual wide receiver, and now you can have AJ Brown and Devonta Smith for these next 2 years. Listen, AJ, please stay. But you have this, and then right after, now you have 3 years of a like NFL trained Jeremiah Smith. Like, yeah, that would be disgusting. They would do that.
So you
And
think
they
a lot
would
of teams
reach.
would just hack?
Yeah, a lot of teams would reach. You'd see people also go get quarterbacks all the time.
Yeah, and I think that also would show and fail a lot of the times too, as they already do.
Yeah.
So overall, let's write a petition to Roger Goodell. Say exempt Jeremiah Smith. Let's get him into the league, and then that's it.
That's all this is about.
Every
It's
year
about
there's
Jeremiah
one
Smith.
guy, he's insane.
Let him in.
Yeah,
And with that being said, that is what Mo knows. That's what Mo learned this week.
Are we
He
in that?
learns that he hates the restrictions on the free market. We learned that he is a draft libertarian.
we need to let these kids play. Just one of them or two of them every year.
Kids.
And with that being said, we are on to TikTok time. Woo. Welcome to TikTok time. As always, we can begin with our winners and losers of this week. So I boldly come to you two, to ask you the question. Who are the biggest winners and losers in the NFL for week 11?
I got my first one up. Biggest winner.
Starting with winners. Okay, start with positivity.
Oh my
this week.
bad. We're gonna talk about losers or winners.
Nah, we do winners first. Listen, you want to start off on the good note? Go for it.
He lost though. But
Okay.
his fan club is alive. Shador Sanders, you got burned for the first time. You fucking lost. You played terrible. Maybe only had 2 good throws, but your fan club is still alive. Your fan club is making the most asinine excuses for you. The propaganda is here.
Shador Sanders is a winner because somehow he has convinced half of Twitter to turn their brains off when they talk about him and do the most insane PR spins ever. I saw them talking about first team reps for the first time ever. Like Shador Sanders is the first backup player to ever touch an NFL field. It's great.
Fifth rounder being prioritized? In what universe?
Mass Psychosis is alive and well. Mass Psychosis is a winner for this week.
I'm letting you know right now. He better not throw for 150 yards next week. I'm putting on my Shador shirt and I'm coming up here.
It's like all the wins you can get.
Yeah.
I saw someone talk about when's the last time we saw a backup come in and make 2 big time throws in a game.
Dude.
Like, I don't know, like all the time.
Davis Mills led a 19-point comeback last week.
And no one give a damn either.
It's so fun. We talk about this preseason. I never want to side with Shador Sanders doubters because they doubt him for reasons in which I will not align with. But Shador Sanders truthers are the most insane people on the planet.
You
so
can't
they
even
give
say
me no
truthers.
choice.
It's just fans.
It's fanatics. Like,
Yeah.
They're just insane. Justina Anderson is making the craziest tweets I've ever seen in my life, week by week.
But we will still put our watches up in support. Let them know.
You do the simplest thing ever and then just explode and just rolling around the carpet. Yeah, he's alive.
Donovan, who's your next winner for this week?
The Miami Dolphins. You got an international trip and a bye week.
Ooh.
Yes, because obviously playing the Commanders, essentially the same as a bye week. Shout out to you guys. You got to go to you got to go overseas. That's nice.
Playing on a cool field.
Where they play at again?
It was in Spain.
Yeah. You're right.
In Spain, they got the fancy ham. I'm sure while they were over there.
Come on.
Jamon.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
quick win. Some paella.
I know you had
All
that in
that.
you. Oh shit, man! I forgot you got it in you
Understand.
too. Damn.
But yeah,
Okay.
shout out to the Dolphins.
I had the Dolphins as a winner too. They're 3-1 in their last 4 games. They're starting to become relevant a little bit. they're starting to matter and be annoying just a little bit.
Too little, too late. But yeah, it's better than losing.
Yeah,
Actually, it's really not at this point. They should probably get the number one pick.
They
Next
gotta be
winner.
annoying.
I wrote all caps. The Bears, 7-3, sole possession of first place in the NFC North. Chicago is up. Last time we saw a first place Bears team, guess who the quarterback was?
Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler. It has been so long since we saw this team at the top of their conference. Will it last? I don't know. Probably not. But for now, the Bears are up.
And not only the Bears, but the alliance between the Bears and the Eagles. We have taken care of business for them. The Eagles have beaten all 3 of the NFC North opponents that they've played. The Bears have done their job for us. They've beaten all 3 NFC East opponents that they've played. And now one of us has to die in the fire on Black Friday. But it is okay. We have come so far. I appreciate all of you guys for doing your job.
You know who else is a big winner this week?
Who else?
Someone who's about to get paid.
Ooh, I think I know who you're talking
Mr.
about.
Pickens, once again a winner, destroying the Oakland Raiders. Oops, the Las Vegas Raiders is looking like it's a 1A, 1B situation as far as who is the best Cowboys receiver these days. He is incredible. Only 24 years old.
The ability, bro, his newfound ability to just find these weird, wonky angles, them long legs, just like finding a way to break tackles. He's special.
Sometimes he moves
He's
like Lance
special.
Stevenson out there.
Yeah, he's special.
This is the one time that Mike Tomlin has given up on a wide receiver and it has not worked out for the Steelers.
And it was his fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got free from the shackles of Mike Tomlin. Suddenly he's incredible.
Terrible.
Who would have thought he is snatching the chain of CD Lamb and becoming the wide receiver one? It wasn't in my bingo cards, man. Not at all. Not at all.
Try to tell you.
That's such a good duo. Like the best duo in the league is still Puka and Devontae Adams, I think. But man, they're close.
Yeah.
They're close. And obviously Higgins and Chase right there too. Actually, they might be one still.
Mm.
Those two are the top. Pickens and CD are right there.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, Eagles.
That's true. Patullo, understand what you've done to everybody. My next winner, Brisk November Air,
Okay.
because it was kicking Jared Goff's behind on Sunday. Could not handle it. Didn't know what to do. Could not get a throw with a tight spiral for 3 straight hours. If Jared Goff has to go outside, if he has to go outside of Ford Field, it's a loss instantly.
Shout out to Cold, man. Undefeated.
Yeah, winter's here, man.
Next winner. Davis Mills keeps finding a way to win.
Yeah.
If this was 2012 and First Take was still the cultural phenomenon it was, I guarantee you we'd be real close to a good old school QB controversy. We'd be having discourse on TV. Should you keep him in there? He hasn't lost.
And this is why we have to keep recipes alive. Because let's talk about it right now. let's have that. Let's have that.
Will
Combo.
CJ Stroud have won that game? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, 2 straight wins, a comeback win from 19. The Texans were not doing that when CJ Stroud was the quarterback.
We're going to start a dialogue.
And
saying-
my ears are bleeding.
But listen, man, shout out Davis Mills getting it done.
Speaking about starting a dialogue, the dialogue continues. My next winner, Bryce Young. Last week, I said the dynasty starts after you. This week, I'm saying this dynasty starts with you now. You went from playing like, I don't know what, Gardner Minshew, just the worst quarterback seen alive, to looking like prime time Drew Brees in Atlanta on a Sunday. What the fuck?
The most up and down QB season I've ever seen continues to be more up and down as the weeks go on. One week is we have to draft a quarterback next year. Next week it's give him another year. He's still young. At this point, we're just going to see what he does in the last game of the season to decide the offseason narratives because it's flip-flopping every single week.
1 game for your life, Bryce. 1 game for your career.
He's-
What are you prepared to do?
He's been on 1 game for your career for his entire career, and he just keeps having opposite results every other week.
His
It's so
lock-in
frustrating.
needs to be studied, man. It's amazing.
Next winner, I have Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody on that roster is deceased. They should have no chance of winning. They should not be in the playoffs if all was fair in the world for the rest of the league when they see all the stars they're losing. But it does not matter because Kyle Shanahan is an offensive genius. Brock Purdy came back this game, lit the offense on fire, scoring 40 points right away. They will not go out without a fight.
That's true. Shout out to them. My next winner, performance therapist.
Okay.
Because there is an opening right now. If you are able to fly out to the West Coast and help Sam Darnold not panic under pressure and not get him to throw 4 interceptions constantly in every big moment, $1 million is on your way. It's wired to your bank account. There's massive opportunity in the Pacific Northwest to further your career if you can make this happen. Shout out to all the performance therapists out there, to all the sports psychologists that are available.
It's like when Stephen A. Smith was talking about all the chefs in New Orleans wanting Zion's number. The therapists, they're looking for him.
That's funny as hell.
Good Lord.
What is it? What do you call them? The people that like read your palm.
Psych readers?
Psychics? Or
Psychics.
Yeah, the psychics, they need them.
yeah, psychics, palm readers.
Yeah, well, somebody's got to get a hold of them.
Yeah, man.
Next winner. Los Angeles Rams fans. They're about to be given a top 10 pick by the bozos in Atlanta. They're going to change their fucking franchise by giving them an elite player. Maybe after they win a Super Bowl, picking in the top 5, it's going to be a great summer for the Rams. And they're already celebrating now.
Low key, that was probably one of the loudest I've ever heard Rams fans in that stadium.
Mm.
And I was actually very shocked because obviously Seattle's on the West Coast. I thought that they would 100% take over SoFi. Just watching it on TV, shout out to the Rams fans. You guys are finally starting to show up. Like the bandwagoners that you are when the team is 8-2. Good job for finally showing up.
That's going to be the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
It's going to be so glorious if the Rams beat the Eagles in the playoffs because he's been hating on the Rams for no reason the whole time the show's existed. He's found a way to talk shit. We get accused of hating on certain people a lot just because we think they're not good or not whatever. Like I don't hate Bo Nix as a person. I just think he's average and Broncos fans will rate him whatnot. But you can label me a Bo Nix hater because I'm always being negative about him. He actually hates the Rams. He actually has disdain in his heart for no goddamn reason. It's deep-rooted hatred.
He sees the future. He knows what's looming, bro.
Yes, it's personal for him.
Yeah, I get it. My last winner. The Raiders. You guys lost, but you guys did your job. You guys filled the void in the NFL. You are this year's and also last year's charity work team. You're instilling confidence in every single NFL team that you come by. You're allowing to drop 30 on your head. You're making them think that they have a chance to keep their season alive. We need teams like you.
You are an easy lick confidence booster, and we need him in every conference.
Exactly.
I think that is all the winners I got.
Bo Nix fans. Listen, your guy is at the top of the AFC West, just outplayed Patrick Mahomes in a close game, led a game-winning drive. You guys are up right now. Nobody really can say anything to you because he just keeps getting it done. And he just had arguably the best game of his career. Shout out to Bo Nix fans.
And you know what we say? 2 teams that have good defenses that are carrying mediocre quarterbacks, we don't argue. We simply wait. We know what's going to happen in these playoffs.
We'll see.
You guys got me this week. You guys got it this week. I'm not gonna. He played a great game. It was the best game of the season. I'll see you in the playoffs. All I got to do is wait. Biggest loser of this week. Finally, it's definitive. We can finally put him on here for the last time of the season because we don't got to talk about him no more. Justin Fields, you are the biggest loser this year. You've officially lost your job to Tyrod Taylor. It's been in the works for weeks behind the scenes. We've heard rumblings that they wanted to do it, then he got hurt. Now he's back healthy. You are glued to the bench.
Yes, and because of that, again, like along those same lines, the call for racism being the reason. You can't do this. I mean, Tyrod Taylor's also black. It's like, listen, man, you're just bad. Like, I can't. That's the only thing that I could say.
That's funny.
And to double up on that, listen, Dylan Gabriel's not white either. Stewart just stinks. It is what it is.
I'm sorry, man. They might be right about you.
That's funny.
We got straight minorities in the QB room. I'm sorry.
My first loser. Last week, we saw OC Dan Campbell step in the room. This week, I'm saying OC Dan Campbell step out of the room. You put on a insane performance. They scored 9 points against the Eagles. That was the lowest amount of points they scored since the year 2022. Leave the building. Give that man his job back.
Nah, we know what the real answer is. The real answer is Jared Goff is the biggest loser because he had to see a cold weather game and he'll never do good. Dan Campbell is paying the price for Jared Goff's sins of being a Cali boy that wants to surf and is not built for the cold.
Right, forcing 3 straight runs with Jahmyr Gibbs, getting stuff going nowhere. Come on, man.
Bro, Jared Goff's fingers are numb because he can't deal with the cold. He knew what was up.
Welcome to the best defense in the league. Congratulations.
My next loser, Michael Penix Jr. Pour one out with another season-ending injury. The 5th time in his life this has happened since he started college. You fool me once. You fool me 5 times.
Listen, that pipeline to coaching looks very open right now.
Oh my God! Did you guys seen that picture of him in the wheelchair with like all his legs broken,
Yeah.
every single part of his body? Man, how can you see that picture, know it exists on the internet, and proceed to draft him mad high in the draft?
On top of that, the biggest loser, the GM of the Falcons, who paid $180 million to Kirk Cousins, top 10 pick for Michael Penix, expecting to have his quarterback situation solidified for 5 years. You're back in hell, buddy.
That is tough. Another loser for this week. Self-control. Josh Allen just couldn't help himself. Had to give in to the Green Goblin calls. Jameson Williams couldn't help himself. Just had to jump on the stanchion. Just had to get a flag. Cost the Lions a point in that game. You have to be disciplined. You have to stay focused, fellas. And they did not do it this week.
Speaking of outbursts, Justin Jefferson is the loser this week. He's had it up to here with 9. He can't take it anymore. He's throwing his helmet around the sidelines, freaking the fuck out because the offense can't get the ball moving. Find somebody that I hope you guys all have something in your life that you can band together and use as a motivating factor, the same way that Justin Jefferson does for his hatred for 9.
You are correct.
He tried his best to be as patient and diplomatic as he could in the offseason.
He put on a good face earlier in the year.
He really did. And he's tried his absolute best. But as a wide receiver, as the top wide receiver in the NFL, sometimes you have to go diva on him.
Ooh, and speaking about diva, next loser, AJ Brown. He's over here telling the streamers, Janky Rondo, if you have me on your fantasy team, drop me. He's not getting no touches. He's getting burned. He's just running continuously, losing out.
He got
on
mad
routes,
targets though.
not caring.
Had mad catches.
He's quitting on the field. It's over.
Stop that. You stop that right now.
You see it. I see it. Come on, man.
Next loser, Andy Reid.
You
want to talk about?
Clock ticking.
No! Listen, man, we need to reinvent the Chiefs offense. We're hitting the point where...
We need an actual clock, by the way.
Yeah,
I know.
clock. Every year we say they'll figure it out. They have Mahomes and they have Andy Reid. And that's always been true until now. Feels like we need to figure something out. We need to have an offseason of reinvention, looking in the mirror, righting our wrongs, changing the way we do things. Sean McVay is now running 3 tight end sets at the highest volume of anybody in the league, when he became known for using 1 tight end almost exclusively when he was coming onto the scene. If Sean McVay can reinvent himself at this point to be as lethal as he ever has been, it's time for Andy Reid to do the same. And that starts with Matt Nagy being shipped somewhere else.
100% true.
I have one more loser. Actually, a couple more.
I got several.
Bro. Loser this week. Jug machines. They're going to be overworked over there in the city of Dallas by one and only CeeDee Lamb. If he continuously drops these passes that are point blank potential, not even potential, they're surefire touchdown opportunities, you're going to go ahead and cost your team a playoff spot. And the line is very thin.
Next biggest loser, Justin Herbert / Trevor Penning. Justin Herbert because he has to play with Trevor Penning, and Trevor Penning because he proved that Austin Deculus is not the worst left tackle in the league. He saw the play of Austin Deculus and said, surely nobody can do worse. Trevor Penning said, I got us. I will be substantially worse. And the Chargers got their backs blown out by the Jags in an embarrassing fashion. It was domination. Justin Herbert's worst game of the season.
Dominating.
Damn.
I'm actually done with losers. I didn't want to hate this week.
Okay. My next loser, my last one, I think, Ashton Genty.
Yeah.
It's not really your fault, but you have revived the age-old Twitter conversation about running backs not mattering. Here we are again with the next version of everybody saying they should have drafted the O-lineman. The running back doesn't impact anything. You've revived discourse, and for that, you lose.
And if the last thing that I want to hear is a conversation that Twitter's been talking about for years and years and years, I don't care what they have to say. You shut this down next year, Ashton. Please.
Please. And that is all the winners and losers for this week.
We're having 50-50 conversations. We're running back to no line.
50-50 comments.
Next thing we're going to do. We've been doing a new form. Oh, I dropped some players.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Collusion.
Got him.
There we go.
Ow. We have been doing a new form of draft on T3 for recent
It's
weeks.
soft.
We've been doing a new form of draft in which we have a hat here full of players, and we take them out one by one, and we draw one, and we decide if we want to keep them on our team or sabotage one of you two and give them to another person around this room. We're going to do that today by building NFL running backs. We all are going to draft. There's 15 players in this hat for 15 skills. We have speed, strength, agility, receiving, vision. You draw a name, decide if you want to take one of his skills and put it on your player, or sabotage one of everybody else and make them take that player.
Okay.
All right.
So you guys know how this works. You've seen it on TV3. First off, I'm drawing first. I got Saquon Barkley. Obviously, I'm keeping Saquon Barkley. Give me Saquon's agility.
Okay.
I'll take the spin moves and all that.
Can't really lose with that one. My first pick is Bijan Robinson. Okay. I like this
think
a
about it.
lot. Yeah, I was like, who is this man? Oh, Bijan. Okay, cool. I can go a lot of places with this. Speed, strength, receiving. I think I'm going to go vision.
Okay, Bijan Vision. You
Yeah.
should have taken agility.
Nah,
Or
can't
receiving.
lose.
Donovan, where are we going? Oh, we got two. Oh, Kareem Hunt.
Nice.
2025 Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, you got that.
I got Kareem Hunt?
Yeah, you
Okay.
got Kareem.
You know what? Fine.
You got to nerf him.
Give me Kareem Hunt strength. I'll live.
Okay.
I can live with that. That's not too bad.
All right, here we go. One more.
He's a thick guy. 2025 Austin Eckler.
You're for sure getting that.
Me or Donovan?
You.
I mean, me. I'm getting it. Give me
Damn.
Eckler's receiving. That's not too bad.
Oh, man, that's tough.
That's really not too bad at all.
I'd hate to be you, man.
I don't know why. You can catch.
Just coat, man. Oh, okay. I got Jahmyr Gibbs. Holy fuck, man. Give me his speed. I got Sonic speed.
Okay. My turn now. Honestly,
I just want to pick somebody good, man.
you got nobody?
No.
I got prime Adrian Peterson in the Vikings jersey.
Ooh, man.
Ooh, speed or vision, though?
Ooh,
You,
man.
you know what it is.
I really don't, because there's other fast guys. here.
That's
All right, give me
speed.
Adrian Peterson
That's
speed.
speed. Just take the speed.
Give me AP speed. give me that.
Damn.
Okay. And next
He's
up,
gone, man.
I got Cam Scatterbo.
Vision.
Donovan, you can start your player. You can build your dynasty with Cam Scatterbo. What do you want from
Yeah,
him?
give
That's
me
not
his
a bad
strength.
place. That's not a
Give me
bad
Cam's
place.
strength.
Okay. Here you go.
All right. My next pick. Oh, yeah, you got this.
What? Peyton Hillis.
Yeah.
Okay. Donovan, you got Peyton Hillis. What do you do with
Congratulations.
Wait, I got Peyton?
Yep.
Whack.
it? What do you want to do with it? You already used your strength.
Damn you.
What, you want the speed of Peyton Hillis?
Go ahead. It's right there. The agility.
Oh, I can't stand you. What are we going to do with Peyton Hillis?
I have no idea. None of this is good.
I guess the best thing that I could do to still have a competent guy is just say, we're gonna try to build Derrick Henry. Give me Peyton Hillis receiving.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Punting receiving isn't too bad. I'm sure he can catch the ball fine enough. It'll hit his hands and not hit the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scat.
It's so tough.
You got Eagles DeMarco Murray specifically.
Damn.
I will say Mo hasn't been sabotaged at all.
He hasn't.
I haven't been touched. Stop trying to fuck me. You have one guy left.
Take
Me?
yeah.
Eagles DeMarco Murray vision.
Okay.
Okay.
Your team is set.
I just have Adrian Peterson, but with worse vision.
And then I have one more pick.
That is Seahawks Eddie Lacy. Hey, thank God I didn't get him.
Go ahead and take this, my brother.
Thank God you gave me DeMarco Murray.
Go ahead and take that, homie.
Okay, what's
That
the
is
least
one-
important thing?
that is
Give
one of
me
the worst-
receiving.
Oh, that is horrendous. Eddie Lacy on the Seahawks.
You probably could have taken the strength.
Oh shit!
Trent Richardson. I'm done. Keep him away from me.
We're just trading off right now, Donovan. I'm good on
I
that.
don't like this. I don't like this. Give me Trent Richardson. What's the least valuable out of this team?
Speed, agility, and vision, all incredibly important.
Man,
You know what? We're gonna be one cut. One cut hit.
you look disgusted.
What is he picking?
I'm gonna have to go.
You thought he was.
I'm
I
gonna
think he was
have to
say
go
speed.
agility.
Oh.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say
Okay.
vision.
No.
I was like, it's the worst vision in history.
No,
Oh wow, you have no agility. That's that's terrible.
it really is.
You should have picked speed.
If the
Why would you not pick speed?
because I want to see what else I can get. I have 2 picks right here.
Okay.
Okay, that was,
There we
Okay.
what'd you get?
go. Jets LT,
Ooh, Jets, LaDainian Tomlinson.
Ah.
which is still I still
not
trust
terrible.
him. I'm gonna take the vision here.
That's smart. Okay,
I'm gonna take the vision here,
Yeah.
Jets LT for vision. That's smart.
and then
Whoa. How
are
many
we
picks you
going
had?
back and forth? or-
Yeah, how many times are you gonna pick? You just picked
You
twice.
picked 3.
He gave me one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
then you
give
picked
one.
twice.
No, that was my first. That was my first pick on this one because he gave me Trent.
Oh, okay. Well, he picked once last time. He
Oh,
already,
okay.
yeah, go back and forth. Yeah.
All right. Only a few more picks here left. Ashton Genty. Okay. Ashton Genty strength. Give me that. Need it.
Okay.
Need it.
I don't know how strong. Okay.
I think
Nah,
he's
he's
strong.
strong. He's
I
strong.
think
He
he's
is strong, but like
Yeah.
compared to other players, I wonder if you could have got a stronger player.
Potentially, yeah, but I can't.
Like it's not an outlier strength. you know?
Please just. All right, there's 2 left. I just need somebody fast.
Yeah, you're holding 2. Genius.
Drop one.
You got Darren Sproles.
Fine, I'll take Darren Sproles.
You do drop the last one.
Ooh, and I got Is it Drew.
That's who's that?
No.
Drew. That's Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders. Oh yeah.
He got Barry Sanders agility.
God damn.
Oh yeah.
Donovan got Sproles speed and he got Barry Sanders agility. That is a hilariously opposite thing.
I mean, Darren Sproles he's quick now.
Sure.
This is
Motherfucker was moving.
Darren Sproles speed, Cam
not
Scatterboom
bad.
strength,
Trent Richardson agility.
LT vision. I told you, we're not going side to side, right? Gap's gonna open up. Boom, we're gonna hit the hole. That's what we're doing. One cut downhill.
I think you built DeMarco Murray.
No, but stronger.
DeMarco Murray's strong as shit.
He's not scat. He's not scat.
See, I have AP speed, Kareem Hunt strength, which he's strong. That's fine. Saquon agility, so I'm more agile than AP was. Receiving Eckler, better hands than AP had. Vision DeMarco Murray, but when he sucked. Was DeMarco Murray's vision horrendous, or he just not making me miss on the Eagles?
It was a little bit of both.
Yeah, so okay, so I got AP with worse vision.
Man,
Who I got?
I don't know how I feel. I feel
All-
good.
I have Derrick Henry in high school.
Okay.
We're like, yeah, you're not developed as a process as a prospect. You don't really know
Yeah.
the game, but you are stronger and faster than everybody. So that's all you need.
Next thing we're gonna do, we are gonna rank the top 5 running backs in every single NFL division. So we're gonna go through and top 5, 4 teams in every division. Obviously, we're gonna pick probably the starter in every division and then one backup to round out the top 5.
Talk to me.
So we're gonna start off with the NFC East. Who are the top 5 running backs in this division?
This kind of sucks, man.
Yeah, it's not the strongest one to start with.
Shout out to
It's okay.
Javonte.
But Saquon is one.
Yeah, even though it has been a disappointing season, there's no rival in this conference. I mean, this division.
Yeah.
So Saquon's one.
Javonte's too.
Production wise, he was
Listen,
number 1 this year, but he's number 2
been-
for sure.
He's been hooping.
He's certainly number 2 in this division right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay putting him there.
Now it gets kind of stinky. We have 4 spots left for these guys.
And I understand. I understand that it was starting to be like memed a little bit, and that like he's a funny player. Cam was like legitimately a good player, and so I'm okay putting Scat at 3.
No, Scat is certainly 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely Scat is 3. Now, 4 and 5. We have the 2 Commanders running backs. We got Bill, we got Chris, and we got Tracy.
Tracy's
I'm not
5.
taking Chris. I'm not.
Oh,
taking
never mind. He's not even on the list.
They're calling
I don't know,
Bill,
actually.
They're calling Bill an industry plant.
He had a
He's
run.
on here though.
He had a run.
I think, is Tyron Tracy better than Bill? It's hard because the Commanders do this committee thing. So I don't know how much of it is Bill isn't that good, 7th rounder. We just got our hopes up too high for this fantasy thing versus they just want to have a lot of backs running.
It's probably a little bit of both, but I would go because even the year prior, whenever it was just Tracy in the backfield, he played well. Like very, very low key. You could look at the Giants season last year, and you could look at what Tracy did and compare it to even though like Saquon ran for 2,000. The fact that Tyrone Tracy did what he did last year was kind of a data point in the hey, running backs don't really matter, and you can get competent production
Mhm.
from anywhere, I would go Tyrone Tracy at 4 and Bill at 5.
Yep, Chris Rodriguez, you are cut, just like I cut you from my fantasy team.
Tyrone Tracy at 4, Bill at 5. There we go. That is the East. Pretty cut and dry. Not a ton of debate there except for 4 and 5. Who cares that much about that?
Yeah.
Next one. NFC West. Where do we go here?
They got some guys.
This is tough. This is deep, man.
This is a good running back room. We still go CMC one.
Yeah, I
Easy.
think so.
Even though the run blocking hasn't been great, and he clearly has lost a step in terms of just like general speed between the tackles, he's still number 1. The receiving threat is ridiculous. Now 2, we have Kyron Williams, who is insanely productive year by year, gets all the trust in the world, strong north and south runner. Kenneth Walker, who's a little more dynamic, but coach doesn't trust him enough to give him as many touches for whatever reasons.
I think I'd go Kyron Williams.
It probably has to be Kyron too, or he's earned it. Like it probably has to be.
Yeah.
Year by year, you're this productive. You get the
Fine.
trust of one of the smartest coaches in the NFL.
Why
You got it.
Why you barely want to give it to him?
He hates Kyron Williams.
Why?
I'm not a massive fan of this, but
He just hates everyone on the Rams. All right.
He does. Deep
I'm
hatred
noticing.
for the Rams.
Yeah.
What do you want to do with James Conner, who got injured?
He has a very clear fumbling problem.
That is
in
true.
Big moments that it bothers me a lot.
Okay.
But who'd you say?
James Conner.
We have James Conner here, obviously out for the season.
But I still feel like James Conner should be on the list because you talk about Kyron Williams year in and year out. James Conner is also that where every single year he's just crazy consistent.
Yeah, but are we still gonna put him on there? You know, this year he wasn't a factor.
Yeah.
I don't
I'd
think
put him
so.
at. We could drop him down one spot, but I do feel like in a vacuum, I'd probably still want him.
Okay. I know the Seahawks loved Zach Charbonnet. I'm certainly ranking Kenneth Walker above him.
Yeah.
I think Kenneth Walker is a clear number 3.
Okay.
I agree.
Now, Brian Robinson versus Blake Corum versus Zach Charbonnet.
Man.
What a debate.
Who has these debates?
I think Blake Corum is probably the most explosive of the 3. We've seen Brian Robinson have years where he's a starting running back for a team and you're good enough. I guess we can go Corum and Connor at 4 and 5.
It sucks. Well, it doesn't suck, but it's interesting because Corum is also like in that situation where you have McVay and like you have a lot of good infrastructure around you. But you know what? Give him the credit. If we're gonna put Connor on here and honestly like break the rules for a lot of stuff, put Corum 4, put James Conner 5.
Yeah, salute James Conner. You're staying on our list after you touched the field this year, so we can give you some credit as a wily vet. Yes. This might be your last year where you get to be on one of these type of lists, so we'll give him number 5.
Okay.
Just out of the kindness of our hearts, because we respect James Conner in this room.
Hell yeah.
So we have CMC, Kyron, Kenneth Walker, Blake Corum, James Conner.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. Now, NFC North.
Jahmyr Gibbs 1.
Easy.
Not
Easy.
really debate whatsoever.
Yeah,
There's no
easy.
competition. Number 2, though. Now this is interesting. Do we go David Montgomery? Do we go Josh Jacobs?
I think you probably go Josh Jacobs, unless you believe David Montgomery, if given the opportunity and touches, could produce the same.
I don't think that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs is a better receiver. Obviously, hasn't been the most productive year for his standards. Still willing to give him credit. There's been some injuries in the offensive line. I'm still probably taking Josh Jacobs.
Okay.
Yeah, we could take Josh Jacobs 2. I'd take Montgomery 3 though.
Do you want to pay any respects to Jordan Mason? Any respects to DeAndre Swift?
No.
Okay,
No.
David Montgomery number 3. Just no. DeAndre Swift has played well this year. After the first few games in which the offensive line and the running game wasn't good, post bye week, Ben Johnson figured out that run game. DeAndre Swift has been a weapon.
So you want him at 4?
I don't know. I'm just saying. There's a debate there.
We haven't said Unk's name in a minute. No Aaron Jones love?
Yeah, I'm sorry, brother. Now the question is, are we gonna put 2 Bears on here?
I like Jordan Mason a lot.
I think Mason has to be on here.
Has to be on here.
Listen, Kyle Monunga is going to go in. Kyle Monunga has some strength from the tackle.
That's why.
Yeah. Okay, you're right.
But Jordan Mason's better, though. Jordan Mason's better than him. So really, to me, it's between Jordan Mason and DeAndre Swift for 4 and 5.
If that's the case, give me.
Who would you rather have on your team right now?
I think I'd rather have Mason on my team, probably.
I think I like DeAndre Swift a little bit because obviously he's played better, but also it's better to think about DeAndre Swift in the context of a committee. And obviously, like the Vikings are doing the same thing. But I think if I'm just giving one of them 30 touches a game.
30 touches
which
a
is
game?
lot. I'm throwing out a
Is it
number. Whatever.
1965?
Whatever. I'm throwing out a number. I'm giving somebody 50 touches a game. I'd take Jordan Mason over DeAndre Swift.
Okay, more reliable, better between the tackles, stronger running back. DeAndre Swift, we've seen good stretches. We've seen terrible stretches. We'll go to the guy that we don't have the headache of worrying about the consistency.
Yeah.
Okay.
And DeAndre Swift goes number 5. Sorry, Unc, Aaron Jones.
Mhm.
Once upon a time, you were so underrated. Next up, oof. What do you want to do with the South?
An easy number 1.
Bijan Robinson, welcome number 1.
Yep.
Low-key, for Bucky Irving is the easy pick for number 2. Been hurt all year. Wasn't super efficient before that.
Dude, Rico's here.
It's still Bucky Irving though.
Yeah.
Rico's,
We put James Conner on the list, and he's
Yeah.
been hurt for a while. We understand what Bucky Irving is capable of.
Mhm.
I'd still take him at 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Making sure it's consensus. Bucky Irving number 2. Number 3. Do we go? Listen, Alvin Kamara.
He still got it.
Not really.
Yeah, I think he's still producing.
Not really.
Not
the running-
at 3. Not at 3.
You're really not. Obviously, you can still catch. The running game has really fallen off a cliff for Alvin this year. Chuba last year, or early season, I would have picked Chuba number 3. Rico Dowdle is making a name. I don't know who's better now.
We're bearing the lead. It's Rico, man.
Is Rico Dowdle better than Chuba? Are we ready to go there?
I'll take Rico.
He'd snatch
Rico-
a chain, yeah.
Dude, he is strong. He is hard to bring down.
And it's just like he got his opportunity and was like, I'm never looking back.
Mhm.
He's like, I'm running that dive, or I'm going back to the ghetto. And I'm running that dive.
Okay, so do we go Rico 3, Chuba 4?
Yeah.
Dude, Tyler Algier is nice. Tyler Algier is good.
Yeah.
They just keep giving him opportunities.
Is Alvin Kamara better than Tyler Algier these days?
It's so tough.
That's an argument, man.
because his
They're
situation.
so different.
I will say, if Tyler Algier was playing in New Orleans, we'd probably hate him.
I don't know. I think Tyler Algier is a good back with good vision, good strength, good short yardage, always falls forward, good footwork. I think Tyler Algier is actually good and would make that running room better.
Yeah.
Take him.
But I don't know. I mean, he is a short yardage specialist. If you want to go Kamara and say that we put him in a better situation, he'd still be a receiving threat. Put him on the Chiefs, he'd still kill it.
Sure. I think that's the
If
only
the
argument.
Chiefs had Kamara,
It would change their lives.
Super Bowl,
Okay, we'll go Kamara at 5. Pay respects.
they would have beat the Broncos. I'll tell you that.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, next up, we got AFC East.
It's kind of okay.
Where do we go from here?
James Cook. I think he deserves number 1 probably.
It's James Cook or A-Chain. Very different types of players.
Yeah.
James Cook is probably more fundamental and more what you think of when you want from your well-rounded running back.
Mm-hmm.
But man, A-Chain is a weapon.
The big playability from A-Chain is crazy. But also James Cook has broken off some runs.
Yeah, no, it's close.
Started off the season mad hot too.
We can lead James Cook, lead the guy who's close to the top of the league in rushing.
And he did it. He had a very good year last year as well. This is year-on-year consistency that we're seeing from James Cook. I'm okay taking him.
But listen, man, a lot of team context, I might rather have A-Chain, but we can put him at 2.
Okay.
Number 3 now.
This is wide. Is it wide open? Nah.
Nah, it's Brees Hall.
Yeah, it's not
It's
wide
Brees
open
Hall.
at all. It's simple.
It's Brees Hall. The team's goddamn disaster. Early season, I think Brees Hall showed he still got it. If you give him, he was begging to go to the Chiefs. He was on Twitter crying, begging to go to the Chiefs, saying, "Give up that 3rd round pick, please save me." They didn't do it. He's rotting in hell on the Jets. But if they would have got him, they would have changed his life.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 and 5.
Travion Henderson should be on this list.
Whoa, man. Mike Rabel, close your fucking ears.
Yeah, Mike Vrabel hates him. He's explosive, makes big plays. Ramondre Stevenson, they keep going back to him because he's the vet and he's reliable. Will fumble that bitch left and right.
Can't live like that.
You ask Mike Vrabel, Ramondre's better.
You can afford to live like that.
I can't do it. And he feels that way because the fumbles are not game losing because Drake May is out here
Mm-hmm.
being crazy. I'm taking Travion Henderson.
The problem is Travion has the explosive big play ability and all the fancy stuff we want. He also isn't the good pass blocker we thought he'd be as a prospect. The vision is still lacking. There's reasons he's not getting these touches too. So it's not easy to me. It's not like he's perfect.
No, but I would still take him though. And I don't think Ramondre has done anything overwhelmingly, he hasn't performed to this crazy high level to where I'm like, yeah, he's clearly better. It's a debate and you choose what you want. I would rather have the skill set that Travion has than what Ramondre gives me at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a new era. Give him the touches. Let him keep the job. Let him keep it. Next up.
No Justin Fields love.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Next up, AFC West. Where do we go here? None of these teams have there's no superstar up the top.
Why does Pacheco look like that?
It looks
Look like
devious.
what?
He looks like he's up to something. He's like a movie villain.
He's just Dominican.
Ashton Genty should be number 1.
Yeah.
Wait, he is?
He's definitely Hispanic. Yeah,
I think he's Puerto
saw
Rican.
from
He thinks Afro-Latino. I think he's Puerto Rican.
yeah.
He's just Dominican.
Somewhere there.
I think he's Puerto Rican if I
That's
remember
my
correctly.
favorite back.
Let me double check.
Ashton Genty should be number 1. Hasn't produced at all. What do we do with this? What do we do with this division?
It's like at one point, a couple of these guys were number 1. Maybe like 3 of these guys were number 1 throughout the year.
Hampton got hurt. Had a
Mhm.
couple great games before that. What the hell did we do with
I
this?
don't know. Dobbins just went out.
What the? I mean, we're not going to win the Chiefs.
No, okay, so
To me,
process of elimination.
it's either Hampton or Genty, or I guess Dobbins because he like stayed healthy. But he's like Dobbins is a cool number 3. Like he's obviously lost athleticism, still a very disciplined runner, has a mean stiff arm, can make you miss, gets hurt every year, isn't as explosive.
This is the nastiest conversation.
What do we do with Genty versus Hampton?
Just put all of them at 3.
Nobody gets first or second.
Yeah.
Hampton, Genty, Dobbins, you're all 3. And then we go, I don't know, Hunt at 4, Harvey
Yeah,
at 5.
Sure. Yeah.
There we go. That's our top 5 for the AFC West.
That makes sense.
Nobody deserves 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Next up. Oh my God. AFC South.
Oh shit.
Obviously, Jonathan Taylor, number 1.
Yes.
You guys, I'm gonna take a nap. You fill in the rest of it for me.
Big ass guy, man. Who's 2?
I guess ETN's number 2.
I guess, yeah.
We can go him.
And low key, Tootin might be 3.
I think he is one of the best back duos.
I think we go 2 and 3.
Or better back
He's
duos.
taking half the touches now. I think he's obviously extremely explosive. There's a good chance he passes up ETN and gets number 2. I guess Tyjae Spears number 4. Pollard looks kind of washed.
Okay.
Oh, no.
No Nick Chubb. No.
Ah, please, no. It's 2025.
Can't put Woody Marks on here.
Low key, I
wish.
think we just throw both these unks back of the shed and we go Tyjae Spears at 4, Woody Marks at 5.
Dude, 2 weeks ago, Woody Marks gave me like damn near 17 points on fantasy.
Nice.
Athletic beast.
Does this not look like Tony Pollard?
I guess it does.
Who
Is
is
that an actor?
Yeah. It's a guy from Power.
Yeah. Spears and Woody will reward the youth, a new generation taking over.
Hell
I don't know if
yeah.
it's actually true. If Pollard might deserve a spot, whatever. Next up, we got the AFC North.
No.
Damn.
All right. Just put Henry at 1.
Henry still won. Judkins is right behind him. I'm not gonna lie. Judkins is incredible.
Time is ticking right now.
Judkins is right there. He is a very close number 2. Number 3, I think we gotta go Jalen Warren.
He's been performing. He's been doing his thing.
Yeah, Jalen Warren's had a great year. Nobody when they drafted Caleb Johnson, I think it was expected he'd be the early down back and kind of replace Najee Harris.
Don't
Nope.
play.
Nope. Doesn't play a lick. Jalen Warren replaced Najee Harris. They gave him a bigger role, and he's earned it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jalen Warren at 3.
Chase Brown. I see you, man.
Chase Brown is so I will take exactly what the offensive line gives me. I low key
That sounds like 3 or 4.
I think Keaton Mitchell might be better if he was given more of a role, but there's a reason Keaton Mitchell isn't given as much of a role. Who's more? Yeah, I think Keaton Mitchell's probably more talented than Chase Brown.
He might be, but also he doesn't play like that. And I promise you, if you put Keaton Mitchell behind that Bengals offensive line,
I don't think anybody were involved behind the Bengals offensive line.
They all just turned into
Exactly.
Chase
So
Brown.
yeah,
The real Chase Brown is whoever plays for the Bengals.
I'll give Chase Brown a little bit of respect. He could be top 4.
Keaton Mitchell's averaging almost 6 yards an attempt, 5.9. Only 21 rushes on the season. But
Jeez, damn, those numbers are
always injured. I think he's better than Chase Brown, though.
Did you just tell me 21 rushes on the year?
I did.
Yeah.
I did tell you that.
That's crazy.
He's behind Justice Hill and Derrick Henry. But listen, man, the rest
And
of
you're trying to tell me this?
These combos are
the
nasty.
problem is I think the rest of these guys are bad. So I'm like, I think Keaton Mitchell's the type of guy if he could hold up full
No,
touches, he could do it.
Put Chase
It's
Brown
so
has to be
Chase.
4.
Yeah.
Does he have to be anything? It's Chase Brown.
He must be 4.
All right, can we put him at 4 or 5? Or are we going to get Gainwell at 5?
I mean, I don't know. Gainwell's had some moments this year.
He has.
This Chase
Gainwell's had
Oh
more
my
moments.
gosh.
Keaton Mitchell?
Put Kenny Gainwell on there.
I promise you, Keaton Mitchell's better than him.
Okay.
But all right, Kenneth Gainwell's produced. I
Kenneth
guess he can be
Gainwell
5.
keeps a job.
I promise you, they don't know about Keaton Mitchell. Keaton Mitchell is good. What do we have left? Is that all of them? Oh, I think that is every single division.
Nice.
Wow.
I threw them all.
This was so interesting, man.
Keaton Mitchell is good, man.
It's so cool to see just like the lay of the land and where all these backups lay.
You guys gotta believe me. Keaton Mitchell's good.
I don't know.
I'll believe you next year if you play.
Next thing we're gonna do, we are gonna fill out and predict the NFL playoffs if the postseason started today.
Yes.
So we got the full bracket here, AFC and NFC. We got to decide who we think would win every theoretical matchup. Starting in the AFC, 2-seed Patriots versus 7-seed Jags. If that came up today, Drake May, maybe fresh off an MVP victory, versus the Jags.
I'm going with the New England Patriots. I'm not going to think twice about it.
Yep, that Jaguar will not be meowing anytime soon, man.
Yeah, what's the path to victory for the Jags? It would be those two defensive ends, reigning terror on the game, taking advantage, but I feel fine about Will Campbell holding his own there.
You would have to get an early season Jaguars performance where we're forcing Drake May into some bad throws. You're getting some turnovers, causing Ramondre Stevenson to fumble, and capitalizing on those turnovers, getting points off of those. We haven't seen that opportunistic defense in what feels like a while.
2 months.
I'm going with the Patriots right now.
Reverend Christian Gonzalez putting the clamps on Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah. No Travis Hunter either.
Yeah, the Patriots win this one pretty easily, I think. Now, 3-seed Colts versus 6-seed Chargers. A game we saw early in the season, and the Colts won by 1,000,000 points.
They gave belt then. They will give belt again. I'm taking the Colts.
They're giving what's the next step after giving belt?
Switch.
Yeah, switch, tree branches, bro.
Switch.
They're giving
If you wanna
brass
throw it
knuckles.
back.
Pistol whipping.
Chanclas, like it don't matter, bro.
Give it I don't think Daniel Jones has ever said chanclas a day in his life. I don't think a single time. Actually, no. White boys do love saying like entry level Spanish words. All funny. Yeah, never mind that. Let's have a siesta. So maybe he has.
He's definitely had like a summer vacation in Mexico.
Oh, he's of course.
100%.
Okay. Yeah, but he loves tacos. Yeah, the Colts' run game would destroy the Chargers' defense right now. The Chargers' run defense has been terrible, and obviously the offensive line isn't doing them any favors. If it's a shootout against the Colts, I fear it's not going to be a victory for Los Angeles. 4-seed Steelers versus 5-seed Bills.
This is what happens every single year. The Steelers, we get to the playoffs, we get to the first round, and then belt. Right now, Aaron Rodgers wouldn't even be playing. It would be Mason Rudolph.
Well, he might play right now. He might not miss a game. It's in the air.
Crazy.
Still lose though.
Either I get Mason Rudolph or Aaron Rodgers with a broke wrist. I'm taking the Bills. I'm not thinking twice. I'll take the Bills by 25.
Yeah,
25.
That Bills 25. Calm down. Calm down.
I'll take them by 25.
I'm not taking the Bills to beat anybody by 25 with that defense right now.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd beat the Browns by 25. But the Bills would win. That defense is susceptible, not to a Steelers offense that has that little juice.
Yeah, I agree.
But that Bills defense is susceptible. Going over to the NFC.
They gave him about a year and a half ago? Yeah, they had 25. 25.
Number 2 Rams versus number 7 49ers.
Shout out to the Niners, man. Like they
Salute.
damn near had like a Cinderella run of the year with all these injuries that they had to fucking deal with.
Too many words. Rams are giving belts. Their team is whole.
They wouldn't give belt to the Niners though.
It'll be a fight. Yeah.
The game that they just had, obviously it's going to be a lot of ifs. But the Niners played them. They played them well. They had a lot of turnovers and things like didn't go their way. But the Niners have already beaten the Rams underhanded in one game this year. This last game was closer than the score indicated. It wouldn't be belt.
You're right. I was exaggerating. But in a playoff setting, I'm going to go with the Rams, who are playing the best football in the league right now. They have maybe the MVP if Drake May doesn't win it, Matthew Stafford. They have an incredible offense running off of 13 personnel. They have an incredible defense running off of an insane defensive line. Byron Young probably being better than Jared Verse, and Jared Verse is who we thought would be the superstar of the season.
It's crazy, man.
Like, they're clicking on all cylinders. I'm in a playoff setting. I'm going to go towards Sean McVay.
Yeah.
3-seed Bears. 3-seed Bears versus the Packers. A floundering Packers team with no Tucker Kraft.
This is tough.
Low-key, maybe the Bears can get it done.
If it's a close game, I'm going to follow what this year's history says, and I'm going with the Bears.
I'm going to pick Caleb Williams in the clutch.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
Listen,
this is weird.
Micah Parsons is supposed to take over a playoff game. He can't take it over if he can't sack the quarterback, and nobody can sack Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
I think I would still. I'm still gonna go with the Packers.
Josh Jacobs is banged up too.
Yeah.
Offensive line isn't really playing well.
Jordan Love, now is your moment.
I don't know, man.
I think if the season ended today and how banged up the Packers are, it might be the Bears.
I think it's trending the Bears right now.
I think it's funnier to pick the Bears. So we're gonna let the Bears advance. Packers, you fumble after
I think
being
the Bears would violate that secondary.
after week 2. They were talking about undefeated season. Now we
Yeah.
got the Bears in the first round beating you.
Yeah, that was out of principle. Yeah, you
yeah,
guys.
yeah. This is funnier.
It's like, who do you think you are?
5 seed Seahawks versus 4 seed Bucks.
I'm taking the Seahawks. Shout out to the Bucks.
Mhm.
Shout out to the time when we thought Baker Mayfield was going to win the MVP.
Damn.
Shout out to the time when we thought that the Bucks could be the number 1 seed in the NFC. You've had a lot of injuries. Things are falling apart. I'm taking the Seahawks.
Yeah. Listen, Kansas City isn't walking through those doors. You're not going to be at full strength defensively if the playoffs started today.
Mhm.
It is what it is. I think that Seahawks offense would be too much to handle. I think they wouldn't be able to stop the crossing routes over the middle of the field with JSN. They wouldn't be able to. I don't even think the run defense would shut down the Seahawks. The Seahawks run defense isn't even that good. And on the other end, this Seahawks defense is clicking on all cylinders.
The Bucks are just simply outclassed on every end.
Yeah, and the Bucks, they'd be a close game to the Bucks. They'd make it competitive. I would lean towards the talent of the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Now we get to the 1 seeds. 1 seed Broncos versus 5 seed Bills.
I think this is the perfect game where Josh Allen has the classic Josh Allen moment.
What does that mean in the playoffs?
Going against the
It means
arguably-
losing to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but Patrick Mahomes isn't here.
Yeah, but you're looking at arguably the best defense in the league.
Yeah, this is tough. That defense versus the
Stop it. They'd kill him.
This feels
I'm
like a
taking
trap
the Bills.
game. Yeah. I don't know.
I will take the
they'd
Bills
kill
in this
him,
game.
bro. The Bills aren't killing anybody
kill
right
them,
now.
Kill them? No, but like they are going to beat them.
I don't know. I don't know if their defense is good enough.
The Broncos rely on getting the ball in space to their weapons and letting them create yards after the catch, taking advantage of undisciplined defenses. What do you think they're going to do when they see Taylor Rapp coming down to try to make those tackles? What do you think they're going to do when they see this slow-ass, undisciplined Bills defense trying to make those tackles? This is the perfect defense for Bo Nix to actually be able to do well against.
Yeah. I think I got the Broncos. It's going to be a close game, of course, but
Do you think Josh Allen's going to be MVP Josh Allen in this game?
Yes, I do.
That's the only chance they have of winning.
can't. I don't think so. I got the Broncos.
Go ahead. Take Bo Nix.
I'm not
Take-
taking bonus.
take-
I got
no,
the
no,
Denver
take Bo Nix.
Bronco.
No, take Bo Nix. Take Bo Nix.
I'm taking the
taking
Broncos
the-
defense, not the
yes.
not Bo Nix. Bo Nix can do just enough to be able to beat this terrible Bills defense.
Yeah.
We'll let the Broncos advance to the AFC Championship game. Number 2 seed Patriots versus
In
3 seed
my
Colts.
dream.
2 seed Patriots versus 3 seed Colts.
Ugh.
I'm
I'm going with the Colts.
Yeah.
The Colts are the better roster. The Colts are the best offense in the league. Well, maybe I don't know if it's fallen off yet. If they're still number 1 technically by EPA. I'm going with Jonathan Taylor, and I'm going with the passing attack that has been able to light fire to everybody for the most part. I think they're more talented. The Patriots are obviously the better quarterback, and they're taking advantage of the weak schedule. The Colts are the better roster to me.
I think the Colts will win too. Yeah.
This would be a game, especially if Drake May is playing like MVP Drake May, and we're really dueling. But the Colts are just more talented.
and I want to take the Pats a lot. I do, because it's a very nice story to see Drake May, take this leap, and in year 1 of having a competent situation, you take your team to the AFC Championship game. I'm taking the Pats. I think I would.
This would be a close one. That's not crazy at all. The Pats' defense is capable of heating up Daniel Jones and making him make mistakes and do pumpkin Daniel Jones.
And if this was like 2 weeks ago, I'd probably take the Colts. But now we've seen a couple weeks of Daniel Jones starting to be a little bit just less than optimal.
Jonathan Taylor. He's going to be, if he's healthy and this offensive line is playing well, that's going to give them such a floor in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You can't make any mistakes.
I agree. I think this game is going to be a 1-possession game. Mad close.
I mean, it sounds like I voted anyway. So
It's tough. It's close. I'm not mad at the Patriots.
I think
But
got
I
Colts.
will lean slightly towards the offensive player of the year in Daniel Jones. Wow. I will lean slightly towards the offensive player of the year in Jonathan Taylor. I'll give Daniel Jones the benefit of the doubt that he won't turn into a pumpkin in this game and they can win 1 playoff game.
Yeah.
Or 2.
2's a lot.
I mean, not really. I mean, they are the best roster. The best offense, at least. I can't say roster because the Broncos defense is crazy. But in the AFC, they're the most well-rounded team, aren't they?
In the AFC, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I mean. 1 seed Eagles versus 5 seed Seahawks. This would be a game.
Ooh,
But with
man.
Jalen Phillips here and the Eagles defense being this crazy, feels like they'd be able to slow down Sam Darnold quite a bit.
We'd
Yeah.
pressure him.
Yeah.
We'd get to him,
But is Jalen Hurts in that passing offense going to pass against the Seahawks defense?
brother. I don't care.
This game is gonna be
he
3-2,
he
man.
might. They might throw for 50 yards, and they'd win.
And they
The
might
game.
run for 60.
And they'd win the game.
3-2. This is nasty.
I guess we can go with the Eagles because their defense is so good right now. The Seahawks could win this game.
I agree.
It's
But-
not a guarantee. The Seahawks could win this game.
100%. But I do think like you had an offensive line that was already like, we'll see what's happening. Now you have the Zabel injury. We'll see how that plays out. The Eagles, this D line is just so rejuvenated now, and the way that Carter and Davis are playing right now, the way Jomo's playing, I find it very hard that if you don't have one of the top offensive lines that you can deal with this D line.
Yeah, they're on another level. 2-seed Rams versus 3-seed Bears.
The Bears are gonna throw out.
It's gonna be filthy. The Rams
Yeah.
smooth to the finals and the conference championship.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bears. You guys are overachieving. We gave you to the Packers over them because the Packers are being unserious. No chance we're going any further. Now, 1-seed Broncos versus 3-seed Colts.
I'm taking the Colts. I'm taking the Colts.
Out of principle, you can't imagine both in the Super Bowl.
It's not.
But you can
happening.
imagine Daniel Jones leading a team to the Super Bowl.
No, I don't believe in these two. I picked against these two. These are not my picks. Y'all have picked this. I'm picking the better of two evils.
Yeah, the Chiefs and Ravens aren't in it yet, so that would change things dramatically. But for who's in here right now, I'm
taking the Colts.
I don't think the Broncos are shutting down Jonathan Taylor. I do think the Chiefs' style of defense could make things hard on the Broncos' offense. So I'm going to choose the Colts' unstoppable object to beat the Broncos' immovable force. I said that completely backwards. I'm going to go with the Colts' offense over the Broncos' defense, I think.
Yes, and I think even in this rematch, like the
It's
Broncos,
so tough.
the
It is
Broncos,
incredibly.
they should have won this game. The
That
first
fuck-ass field goal.
the first time, yeah, but that happened. I'm going with the Colts though.
I kind of want to go with the Broncos. But I don't know.
The Broncos winning the Super Bowl would be hilarious. Actually, no matter who, if they
No,
get
they
naked, they're
get-
getting blasted.
Exactly. Who's gonna get blasted first?
Dude, you said the Broncos should have won that game. By that logic, it sounds like you want the Broncos
I
to win.
think that-
All right.
This feels like the
Fine,
perfect
Bo Nix
Broncos
in-
game to
Bo
win.
Nix in the Super Bowl. Yeah, let's do it.
Woo! Look at those words.
Let's do it.
I mean, this path is easy.
Yeah.
The Bills, like that's.
They also aren't beating the Bills, but yes, I would take.
You think it's crazy that they beat the Bills, like with how the Bills are playing right
I
now?
don't think that they're not going to beat them.
The Bills can get walked down. They can get walked.
You're saying this like they're the Bills of every other year. Like we just have to go towards the quarterback, but like the Bills are. They have so many holes on both sides of the ball right now.
We could put the Broncos in the Super Bowl for right now.
Do we want to over the Colts?
I think I'll go with Broncos.
Oh my God, this is gross.
Yeah,
I
because
know.
honestly, it would be nastier to have Daniel Jones in the Super Bowl than Bo Nix in the Super Bowl.
That's what I knew he was thinking about.
He's just choosing based on quarterbacks.
I know.
It would be kind of nasty.
It's straight quarterback versus
Yeah.
quarterback in his head. Okay, so the Broncos win the AFC. 1-seed Eagles versus 2-seed Rams.
This is the real Super Bowl here.
It does feel like the Rams would win right now. Just with the state of the Eagles' offense, if they're going to win the Super Bowl again, their offense has to look better than it does now.
Yeah.
Over the next 5 weeks, they have to get it going to some degree, right? Like, we can't coast entirely off that against the best teams in the NFL.
No.
Like, to win 3 playoff rounds, that's tough. Like, obviously, we give them credit and the defense will carry them.
Yeah.
It can't carry them 100%. Like, we need some offensive production at some point.
Yeah, and you'll get some.
Okay, so.
It'll be enough.
I don't know, man. I feel more trustworthy in the Rams.
Go ahead and do that. But like, I'm glad you feel safe. Feel safe as a loser. Like it's not gonna happen. The Eagles, I will say, they've beaten them 3 times in a row.
They have. You're right. They have the number.
Spotted them
Very
19 points this year
They have
You're
the
right.
number.
and beat them.
The Rams are playing better ball all around. The Eagles have the number, and the Eagles deserve the trust, especially with the defense clicking all cylinders now. So, like, it's just faith in the Eagles, I guess, assuming they figure it out come playoff time because they did it last year. But you can very easily imagine the conversation if we keep saying that and they get to a playoff game and they get blasted because they can't score more than 13 points. And we're like, oh, we shouldn't have assumed they'd win just because they won last year. Like, I can already imagine the conversation we're inevitably going to have.
Well, no. Well, this has nothing to do with last year because last year I would have said who's stopping Saquon,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's not the case this year.
So what are we saying now on offense?
on offense, it is what it is, right? like I'm telling you, this defense is special. I am so bought into the strength of this defense right now, and so I do think that, and even in that game, force Matthew Stafford into
Very true.
into a pick. They've been able to create turnovers against him. They've been able to get pressure on Matthew Stafford. They've been able to have success on Devontae Adams with Quinyon over there. Puka, he's going to do what he's going to do. You can have your way with the Dory Jackson. But Devontae Adams, you are not doing this. I'm taking the Eagles.
Yeah, it should be. The Eagles deserve the benefit of the doubt against the Rams specifically. But it really is coasting on reputation and like what we know they can do. If they didn't win the Super Bowl last year and we're going off just what we know with these teams this year, I would be very concerned, but they deserve it.
Okay.
1 seed Broncos versus 1 seed Eagles.
Yeah,
Ew, they're scoring
I
7 points
promise you.
combined this game, man.
This would be a disgusting game. This would be the most unentertaining Super Bowl I've ever seen.
Yeah.
if you give us a second chance, everybody is arrested for murder. We would kill the Broncos
Kill?
on live TV. We were up 17-3 on them last time. Yeah. Right. They won. You give us a second chance. I
Yeah.
promise you. I will make Bo Nix not want to play football anymore.
He said like you're getting on the field yourself.
We will go with the Eagles winning the Super Bowl.
I'm
The
on the
playoffs
aisle.
started today.
I'm on the practice squad. Y'all don't understand.
The Eagles.
I don't text you guys a lot on Friday. I'm over there. I'm working out, man.
I hope this is the case, man.
The Eagles win. The Broncos, listen, they make the run of destiny to get to the Super Bowl, get blasted by the Eagles.
Blasted by 3 points.
I know, it's going to be 7-10.
Yeah.
This would be a fucking bad game. Like, it wouldn't even be like, oh, this is great defense. It would be a bad game.
Y'all don't understand.
It would be bad offense.
Just
it would be gross.
Yeah.
We turn up.
Vic Fangio being able to game plan in a Super Bowl against this gimmick-ass offense.
This is
Having 2 weeks to game plan for Bo Nix.
we
Peyton.
cannot let this happen, man. We cannot let this be the pace.
I mean, the Eagles get 2 straight blowout Super Bowls.
Man.
Oh my God, Jalen Hurts. Oh my God, his legacy
The
would be
discourse is
Teflon.
gonna be crazy.
Jalen Hurts would finish 7 for 11 as a passer, and he'd win by 35. He's Troy Aikman. All he does is win with no effort. Oh my
7 for
God.
11. That's funny.
It would be disgusting. But here we are.
Y'all better not let this happen. I'm letting y'all know this right now.
You can't, man. You can't.
Y'all better not.
Next thing we are gonna do, I'm gonna show you 2 NFL teams. You tell me which one has the better QB lineage.
Okay.
So I'm gonna show you a different amount of quarterbacks for every team. Sometimes it'll be 3, sometimes it'll be 5. You tell me which side is better.
All right, let's do it.
Oof.
Ooh,
The Packers
shit.
last 3 versus the Patriots last 3.
Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and Jordan Love versus Drew Bledsoe, Tom Brady, and Drake May. Damn. You got some GOATs. Guys who are trying to become GOATs. Someone who might win an MVP. And then OGs.
Off the strength of Brady alone, we have to go with the Patriots. Because even if you want to say the Packers, it's like, okay, for 30 years, we had Favre and Rodgers. We got 2 Super Bowls. We had stable quarterback play. Would you rather have 30 years and 30 years, 5 MVPs, and 2 Super Bowls, or 20 years, 6 Super Bowls,
So many.
6 Super Bowls, and 4 MVPs?
And then now we have Drake May, who's like
Maybe
the heir
5.
apparent and is significantly better than Jordan
Yeah.
Love.
Who might win MVP this year? You might be tied with MVPs by the end of this year and have more rings. Brady alone skews it so much.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
taking
the
the
Patriots.
Patriots.
It's the Patriots. Like, yeah, Drew Bledsoe might be the worst quarterback here. Actually, maybe Drew Bledsoe for Jordan Love is a conversation. I don't fucking know. That's a conversation I've never had, never will have ever again. But Tom Brady tips the scales. And Drake May slam dunks that bitch over the finish line. Next up, Chargers versus Chiefs. Breeze, Rivers, Herbert versus Castle, Smith, Mahomes.
Alex Smith was a guy.
He was a guy.
He was a guy.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes tips the scales. By far the best player
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, it's the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That one is doing a lot.
Yeah.
The Chargers is really like,
It's quality.
It's well rounded,
it's-
though.
It's quality.
it's really a 2-on-2 because the Chargers gave up on Drew Brees.
Yes.
And then Matt Castle was like there, but like, come on. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's really Smith and Mahomes versus Phillip and Herbert. We have to go with Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he Pat has all the success in the world. The Chargers is a bunch of like talented quarterbacks that didn't get anything done because their owners are terrible. But Phillip Rivers, if we're doing checkbox analysis, Phillip Rivers a lot better than Alex Smith. Drew Brees a lot better than Matt Castle. 2 beats 1. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sorry. We got
Patrick
to go on one side.
Mahomes
We got
might
to
be
go
one
on
of the
one side.
greatest of all time. Might be like top 3 of all time.
Okay.
Maybe 2.
we'll go
Yeah,
Mahomes.
Top 2.
Rams versus Eagles. last 5 in each. Cut out a couple 1 or 2 year stints. But Sam Bradford through Stafford or McNabb through Hurts.
Case Keenum.
Yeah, I see you cut out that Sam Bradford year. See you cut out that Mark Sanchez year.
Just did the headlines for this one.
I mean, we
Okay.
smoke them, so it's like it.
Do you smoke them?
Yes, we do.
I mean, Stafford and Hurts both have the 1 rings here. Oh, Nick Foles has the ring too. I forgot. Never mind. You have 2 rings.
Ooh.
Two rings. McNabb went to a Super Bowl, went to multiple NFC title games. Wentz was about to win MVP, but whatever. Even if that, like, you have 2 appearances and 1 win. I mean, that's Jalen Hurts by himself.
Oh my god.
But,
Oh
like,
my
but-
gosh.
But yeah, Mike Vick had a very solid season.
Very solid season.
Nick Foles had a very 27-2, had a great run.
Nice.
Carson Wentz almost MVP, and then you have an actual like quarterback career in McNabb. I would go with the Eagles. Bradford's a bust. Foles was bad with them. Keenum was bad with them. Goff, they had to put a pick to get rid of him.
It's just Stafford, the one dragon versus the meme.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the
One
Eagles.
with the Eagles.
Okay, it's
It's not a
obviously the
combo.
Eagles. Cowboys versus Buccaneers. Last 3 major quarterbacks. Jameis, Brady, Baker, Aikman, Romo, Dak.
Yo, seeing Jameis, his name alongside all these guys is hilarious.
Ultimate polar bear.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Tom Brady really is the one dragon next to
Yeah.
everybody else. Like Tom Brady really stands out. It's a bunch of polar bears, honestly.
Give me Brady. I don't care who the rest are. Shout out to Baker.
No, you do have to go with the Cowboys on this one though.
Do you?
Do you have to?
Obviously multiple championships for Aikman,
Yeah.
Romo, and Dak. Top 10 quarterbacks for a long time.
Hall
Tons
very
of
good.
the longevity of these 3 is crazy. This is their lasting quarterback that dates back to the 90s.
It's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston was drafted in 2014.
Yeah.
If Romo or Prescott, if they were clutch by like any metric, like the Cowboys could have been somewhere, but obviously, you know, they suck and they choke anytime that
Yeah.
they have to step up. So
Anytime it matters, you're just bad.
exactly. But from September to Christmas,
Mhm.
the Cowboys quarterback lineage is awesome.
Yeah, the longevity is insane. It's only 3 names.
That is crazy.
It's crazy. Browns versus Jets.
Ooh.
McCoy, Whedon, Menzel, McCown, Kaiser, Mayfield, Nasty Man, Gabriel, Sanchez, Smith, Fitzpatrick, McCown, Darnold, Wilson, Rogers, Fields.
Okay, I don't even care about any accomplishments.
Who are the most quality players?
Because obviously nobody has any.
Mhm.
Most fun.
Most fun. Okay. I got to
Most-
recalibrate. Neither of
most
these teams
fun.
are fun. Mark
Think of-
Sanchez was quite fun
Yes.
in the same way that watching ridiculousness and watching people fall is fun.
Okay.
Mm.
Aaron Rodgers and Justin Fields, that
They
has not
carry.
been fun.
That wasn't fun at all. Zach
What?
Wilson is the opposite of fun. Sam Darnold on the Jets, not fun at all.
But then we have the Kisler. That was not fun. Baker was fun.
Kinda. He had a good rookie year. He was fun.
He
Was
was
Manziel fun?
he was a
Fuck
swag.
no.
He was a swaggy white boy.
He
Came
was.
in.
Brandon Whedon was like 28 as a rookie. That wasn't fun.
That's insane.
I think the Fitzpatrick year was super fun.
Okay.
When it was Fitzpatrick, Brandon Marshall, Eric Decker. So it sounds like the Jets have had just an inch of more
I
fun.
hear more entertainment.
It's the Jets. It's too many words for me, man.
Yeah, they don't deploy any felons on the Jet side. We'll go there. Damn.
Ew.
Damn.
Mid off.
Ew.
Yo.
That's worse than the middle.
Bears versus Jaguars. Jay Cutler through Caleb or Blaine Gabbert through Trevor.
This
Oh
is
my
an
God.
NFL organization, man. Wow. Blaine Gabbert. Blake Bortles.
I don't want to answer this. I guess
It's the
the
Bears.
Bears.
It's
But
again-
also, Blake Bortles got to an NFC or Blake Bortles got to an AFC title game. So did Jay Cutler.
Oh my God. I hate the incessant need to treat wins as QB stats. Ah!
In terms of fun and what you are doing that season,
Blake Bortles was not fun that season. He was adequate.
Blake Bortles in Saxonville,
He
that was
was
very fun.
Blake Bortles was not the fun part of that sentence you just said. The defense was fun, and Leonard Fournette was a dog. Blake Bortles was adequate.
Hooping.
Adequate.
He was out here getting buckets.
Who are we going with?
I guess we gotta go with the Bears. I mean, low key, is Caleb already better than Trevor? It's getting close. Like, give me 6 more weeks of development. I'm probably going to say Caleb is clearly better. Jay Cutler's the second best quarterback here. Justin Fields?
Nah.
Listen, man, that 1 year with DJ Moore, they got something going.
Oh my gosh.
Stop that. Stop that now.
Mitch Trubisky's bad. Probably better than Blaine Gabbert. I don't know. It's the Bears.
It's the Bears.
These dudes,
What?
4,000? We care about that at all?
Fuck no. Look at the Jags names. I don't give a fuck about that. New York Giants
I'm
versus
not
Colts.
answering this question.
New York Giants versus Colts.
I'm not answering
Eli,
this.
Daniel Jones, Jackson Dart.
I'm taking a stand. I should have taken a stand the last slide. I'm not doing this.
Gardner Minshew, Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones.
Okay, we got 2 Daniels. Obviously, the Colts carry.
Double Daniel.
Yeah.
One
Jackson
Daniel was
Dart.
terrible. One's a revelation for the Colts.
I'm not doing this.
Then we got an enigma in Eli Manning.
We do have an enigma in Eli Manning.
There, how? Science can't explain him.
I don't even know if religion could explain him.
Nothing can, bro.
Donovan, any thoughts?
Why are the Colts up here? They suck. They're trash.
It's the New York Giants. Eli Manning wins single-handedly. Eli Manning solos. Next up, the Bengals versus the Ravens. Carson Palmer, Andy Dalton, Joe Burrow versus Baller, Flacco, Lamar Jackson.
You're telling me I get the high end of Lamar Jackson and the safety and security of Joe Flacco?
It's the
Like
Ravens
fire
for
and
show.
ice.
I'm taking the Ravens.
Listen, man, Carson Palmer had a couple Pro Bowl years. Wasn't that good with he was really good with the Cardinals for that 1 year, but there's a couple of years he was decent early on with the Bengals. He was a nice average quarterback that had some spark. Andy Dalton, definition of average. You were always in safe hands.
It's really not. Give me, I would take Kyle Bowler over Andy Dalton right now.
Ew.
That's crazy.
No,
Ew.
I'm just talking. I'm lying.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
What
That's an
type of
insane
sense is
sentence.
that?
But I will take Flacco and Lamar over the other 3
You know we got to think about too.
combined.
We also got to think about the experience of handing over the keys. It was seamless. Lamar just took the chains from Flacco. They kept it moving. It was cool. I think before Burrow, there was some deep dark despair
Yeah.
for the Bengals over these years.
Please.
We're going Ravens.
Dolphins versus Raiders.
Man, Gardner Minshew. I can't get away from this guy.
He's in every slide.
Yeah. Fuck.
So is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Jesus, man. He played for like 30 teams.
They're on every single slide.
Somehow, I'm going with the Dolphins.
Ryan Tannehill is fun.
Not with the Dolphins, he wasn't. Ryan Tannehill was a disaster at the Dolphins. He had some fun years with the Titans.
I'm going with the Dolphins. Ryan
This
Fitzpatrick.
is so bad.
Ryan Fitzpatrick. Anytime you have Fitzpatrick on your team, you'll get at least 3 weeks of fun.
Yeah, I'm inclined to give you some benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
You probably had some entertaining weeks.
Yeah.
Listen.
For a second there,
The
obviously,
first few years of Tua,
Yeah.
we had Tyreek Hill carrying. Listen, man, don't get me started on prime Chad Henne.
they really don't know.
There's some nostalgia there. I can get going.
I don't know if I want to know.
Earlier, I was making this. I saw the name Kyle Orton. I had the Ratatouille meme. That's how I feel with Chad Henne. Remember in childhood? When I think about Derek Carr, I don't remember anything good. I don't have any childhood memories attached to that.
I guess we can go Dolphins.
I'm going Dolphins.
I think 2016 Derek Carr is probably the single best player here.
100%.
But it's not that big of a gap over
He was-
everything else.
He was going to win MVP.
That's wow.
And then they broke his leg.
Then they broke his leg. But then we have Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew next to him. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Dolphins. Washington versus Houston.
Ryan, leave me the fuck alone, man.
Ryan Fitzpatrick's everywhere.
Brock Osweiler?
The Brock Osweiler era in Houston was hilarious. They might have to lose off the strength of that.
You have to get out of my face right now.
They keep Brock Osweiler like $70 million.
I don't want to look
Fuck,
at you
man.
anymore. I don't want to look at this anymore. I don't want to discuss this.
You're triggering about the back quarterbacks?
I don't want to see this.
I know some fans of these teams are reliving real life trauma right now. Kirk Cousins is
RG3 through Jaden Daniels. What an era that was.
yeah.
Shout out Taylor Heineke. Shout out Sam Howell.
Sam Howell, man.
I guess we'll go with the Commanders just because you had higher highs.
2 rookies of the year, and Robert Griffin and Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, like those like RG3 was like one of the best rookie seasons ever, and then you get another best rookie season ever. So
And Kirk Cousins gave you some good years in between.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Smith overcame adversity when his leg
Yeah.
got shattered.
Sam Howell. He's
yeah,
handsome.
like like he's still living. But, like,
Yeah. He was given adversity. Not too much about overcoming, but he saw the field again.
Ew.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
And listen, there's no nasty man on that side, so we're going with the Commanders.
Yeah.
Falcons versus Panthers. Matt Ryan through Penix or Cam Newton through Bryce Young.
Sam Darnold. Teddy Bridgewater.
This is really a Matt Ryan versus Cam Newton
It
debate.
is. I don't think of anything when it comes to Marcus Mariota.
Actually, no. We have to go with the Panthers.
Yeah.
You know that that clip of the Joe Budden podcast where he's talking about logic? That's how I feel about Desmond Ridder.
What is
What
it?
clip?
Where I'm like, you are easily one of the worst quarterbacks to ever play in the NFL.
Let me tell you about Panthers Sam Darnold, though. That did not go super well.
Desmond,
Ritter, though. Kirk Cousins on the Falcons. Let's start there.
no.
Yeah, we're going with the
have
Panthers.
We have to go with the Panthers.
They both made a Super Bowl and lost.
Yeah.
Both won an MVP.
They both won an MVP. They both have their heir apparent right now who is looking like the flawed stepchild nobody wants anymore.
Matt Ryan had more quality years.
He did. More longevity there.
I promise you, if you guys watched Quarterback on Netflix, they followed Mariota that one year.
For his last year as a starter there.
It was awful.
It was depressing.
It hurt to watch.
It was depressing. I genuinely don't know.
Give me the Panthers. Bryce Young, you can live. You can
Yeah, if I had
somewhat live with him being your
if I
starting
had
quarterback.
if I had a quarterback room of Cam Newton, let's go top three.
Yeah.
If your quarterback room was Cam Newton, Teddy Bridgewater, and Bryce Young, I like that three over Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins, and Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah.
Mariota gets on there before Kirk Cousins. So it's Matt Ryan, Mariota, Penix.
No, he doesn't.
What did Kirk Cousins do when he got to the Falcons?
What did Mariota do when he got there?
Mariota started the year before the year you're talking about and was decent. That's why he was on quarterback. He had a decent year. Kirk Cousins got paid and lost his job within 8 weeks.
Bag man.
Mariota made it a season and a half.
Either way, they lose into the Carolina Panthers QB room.
Carolina Panthers wins. Dude, Mariota was so much better than Kirk Cousins on this. It's not even close. Kirk Cousins is a fucking thief. And no, we applaud that. And that's the last one.
Stealing from dummies ain't nothing wrong with that.
Like, I can't exaggerate how much better Marcus Mariota was than Kirk.
I'm actually so happy that I was getting kind of nervous that you were going to put the Steelers up there with their run of quarterbacks for the last like if you go for the last like 5 or 6 years and you go Steelers versus Colts and it's just like bridge quarterback after bridge quarterback,
God.
it
Terrible.
hurts.
Last thing we're going to do. We're going to play NFL 5 levels. Which quarterback would you rather build around? Caleb Williams edition.
Okay.
So
Ooh.
building towards the future. Everything we know about Caleb now, the strengths and the weaknesses. Who would you rather start your franchise with?
You've got
Level
lucky for
1,
this.
Caleb Williams or 9?
Caleb Williams. In what universe am I taking 9?
You tell me.
It's Caleb Williams.
No.
If KOC had the opportunity to swap them out right now, he'd do it in a heartbeat.
Well, duh. I hope
Yeah.
he would pick the number 1 pick over the number 9 pick. Level 2, Caleb or Bo Nix?
Caleb Williams. And yeah, it's just Caleb Williams.
It's-
He's just more talented. Like
It's, yeah.
He's like 3 years younger.
Yeah. It's a
I'd be
conversation for
forgetting
2
he's an old
seconds.
man.
You forget Bo Nix is ancient.
How old is he? Like 28 or
He's
something?
like your age.
Fuck.
Bo Nix is like 25, I think.
Damn.
He was drafted super old. I think he was drafted at 24. He's probably 25 now. Bo Nix is not a young guy. He's at his prime.
Damn.
yeah, he's 25.
Yeah, I'm going with Caleb simply by there's so much more untapped potential.
Okay.
If you tell me you want to win a game today and you want to go Bo Nix, more power to you. For the next decade, give me Caleb.
We're running 24-year-old rookies.
Just grace. What happened in the game?
Bro, go sell cars, man. Go sell insurance.
Go do some with taxes, man.
Level 3, Brock Purdy. Do you go towards the known product in Brock we know can be a starter with a good coach leading him, or the untapped potential of Caleb?
I think if it was for one singular year, I'm probably going Brock.
Nope, it's drafting now to rebuild your franchise around.
And that's why I'm going with Caleb Williams, because the ceiling is untapped.
Mm-hmm. There will be a point where the ceiling isn't worth it. Somebody's safe enough that we'll go with them over Caleb. I think I would take that ceiling over Brock, though.
Caleb's his elusiveness, it's top tier. And like
Yeah.
all the playmaking stuff that Brock Purdy was good at, I know Caleb Williams could do that at a higher level.
Mhm.
I'll take Caleb.
Yeah.
One of these years, hopefully it's this offseason into next year, the mechanics will click. The accuracy won't be an issue anymore. It'll all come together, and we'll be looking at one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Hopefully,
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see.
we'll see.
We'll see.
I mean, that's what, if the accuracy's there and like the agility and the sack evasion, everything comes around, like he'll be elite. Like he can either be terrible or elite. I really don't see an in between.
Yeah.
He'll either be immensely disappointing because he's not accurate at all, or he's baseline level accuracy and he takes over games.
Hmm.
Level 4, CJ Stroud. This would have been easy before the season, but now we have another year of CJ not being the star we hoped he could be at the same level. How are we feeling?
Yeah, I'm taking Caleb.
This is a tough one. This is hard because we've seen CJ Stroud have a single season way better than Caleb's ever had.
And
And it's been several years since then.
What have you done for me lately?
Less than Caleb's done for you lately,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
I'm taking CJ.
Mm.
I think I would take CJ to start.
If you're building an organization, do you have more faith in yourself of letting the team be competent enough for CJ Stroud to be a prototypical quarterback and lead you? Or do you think you can harness the best of Caleb?
I think building the team around CJ, I think I have a little bit more
It's safer for sure.
faith in that. If I'm running the team, I believe in myself at all times. I think we could do that.
But if you believe in yourself, shouldn't you believe in yourself to swing for the fences with Caleb's ceiling?
Yeah.
If you're just
I
him,
think-
if you're just the GM of the year,
How is your program? Is it tight or not?
Listen, I also still do think that CJ in a competent environment could be one of those guys too. So I would trust myself to build around CJ.
okay. One vote for CJ.
Yeah, I'm going CJ Stroud.
Where are you going?
I'm going for Caleb Williams.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Then I'm going for Caleb Williams. I want to hear level 5. Caleb Williams advances. Level 5, we got Drake May.
It's over.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Can't do you any more favors, Caleb. You barely squeezed by CJ Stroud. Drake May is a different animal and the same beast.
Now you could convince me that in the future this could be not neck and neck, but a conversation.
You really can't convince me. I think Drake May is going to be
It's
one
not
of
gonna
You
be
can't
a-
convince me.
It's not going to be a conversation at all.
It could be.
Drake May is a different level. I think Caleb will be very good. He could be a top 10 quarterback one day. Drake May is aiming for number 1.
If you're in top 10, that means it's a conversation. Is it a long one? No. But you can have it.
We can have one sentence before we
Yeah.
say Drake May is the third best quarterback in the world. We're picking him.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's Drake May.
And that's the end of this episode. If people are still here, what should they comment?
Man.
If you're starting a franchise, are you going with Marcus Mariota or Kirk Cousins?
Ew.
Let me know.
Let us know that debate, and we'll see y'all next week.